Hello, friends, and welcome to the DayOne show, episode 308. It's a show. It's a podcast. It's a show about podcasts, or actually, is it about video games? I'm not quite sure. We are, however, a fiercely independent and community-driven publication only made possible by you lovely lot, either watching with us live here on YouTube or listening in the comforts of your own home or an uncomfortable train or the smelly car that you're in. Wherever you are, we love you. Big thank you to everybody that supports us directly, especially our patrons, our members, our MVPs, executive producers, our grand benefactors, Crowd56, Assassin, and our two wonderful CEOs, Kevin S. and Torn Raptor. As per usual, I am joined by the one and only Special Nick.
What's going on?
Oh, we've got to keep things down. Got to keep things quiet today.
It's 7:30 in the morning here and everyone is still asleep.
Early. Everyone's still asleep. Okay, it's the whispering show. We're all going to whisper now. ASMR, baby.
Have to be very quiet. Yeah.
Okay. Jesse's here as well. Hi, Jesse.
Hi, they're watching a movie next to me.
Everyone's coffee. This is the quiet show.
They're watching.
Stop watching a movie. He's doing a show. He's doing a show.
Is it the Super Mario Galaxy rip off Twitter?
Send help.
Send Help is so good. It's such a good movie. Absolutely.
We need to do a movie. We need to do a Sick and Nick's Flicks.
You need to point that out. I've added it to the stream.
What have you added to the stream?
I've added the bar that's going to be there through June.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of that bar,
yeah,
that pretty bar. Big thank you to everybody that hung out with us yesterday during the Sub-a-thon, as all three founding members turned up to celebrate the community. I'm only yanking your chain. I saw you playing Fortnite though. I was like, what's he doing? Where is he?
Fortnite.
Oh.
If you saw me playing Fortnite, it's because I was logging in to get Super Meat Boy.
Oh, that sounds about right for your pet. But yeah, everybody that turned up yesterday for the Sub-a-thon, our first spring Sub-a-thon as DayOne, you guys rock. I think including memberships, which a lot of people dived in on, I think we raised over $2,000. Which is
if you combine, because there were new memberships, there were over 20 on the website, there were like 20 something gifted YouTube subs, and then the 1,252 via the PayPal.
Yeah. I did pop by and watch for a bit when you were on, and then I watched when Ursula was on with Jesse for a bit. Because I've had a busy few days with Easter. Happy Easter, everyone, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I haven't had any chocolate. No one's bought me an egg.
I've had white chocolate Rocky Road. A bit of white chocolate Rocky Road. My wife made her lovely brownies that she makes, which I really like. Had some of those. But yeah, it's been a busy couple of days. I've started the process of spring cleaning the house. And I'm down to the last room, which is the one I'm in right now. So after the show today, and after I do the timestamps, I will be doing a stream of me cleaning this room. A few people have been asking, so a few people they enjoy it.
Are you streaming it to the Discord, or are you actually going to stream it to the YouTube
probably on
channel?
my YouTube channel or Twitch. I've done it before, and people really like that. They like just watching me clean my room. So I'm like, okay, I'll do it every now and again. So I thought, we're getting rid of the kids today, so I'll stream myself.
How much you getting for
this
them?
entire room from top to toe.
Nice. I did a bit of a social event today where we went out and we did like this whole kind of, honestly, British people. Bit of sunshine, boom, it's a barbecue, right? Mm-hmm. It's April, it's not warm, but some friends had like a pizza oven, so we spent the afternoon having a few bevies, and holy shit, I need to buy a pizza oven. I need a pizza oven in my life, because they were just like fresh dough, putting all the toppings on in the pizza oven, 2.5 minutes, bosh, beautiful stone baked pizza, and I'm just like, I need this now. This is delicious. I had like just pizza after pizza. I'm just like, this is so good. So that was fun. And then we've got to go. I've got to get up early tomorrow morning. We're going to the hospital to visit my mother-in-law, who has broken her second leg in the space of 1 year.
Mate, I was just about to say a line, and then I'm like, I don't know if that would be I assume Aussies and Brits would get it if I said it.
Yeah,
but
go on, go for it. Let's see.
No, that line we were talking about before with Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh.
I was about to say, mate.
Cunts fuck, mate.
Cunts fucked.
Apologies to
that's America
everyone out there that's offended. It's fine. We're mature. We're mature people. Serious, mature people. All right. But hey, before we get into all the news and all the goings on of the week, of which there are a significant number, there are also a significant number of video games that we've all been enjoying and playing and having fun with.
Video games.
Video games. Don't you just love them? We certainly have not been without this week.
Oh my god, it's been ridiculous.
I've played a lot, and I know that some of them you've played as well, and I know that Jesse majoritively can't actually talk about any of the games he's played.
That's okay.
Because he's
it was
doing
stuff we
things.
played yesterday. I can talk about.
Yeah, so I'll kick things off, and I'll start off with one that you guys have maybe never heard of. So Jesse can furiously look this one up. I checked out the demo for Gunboat God, which is quite an addictive little handheld game. Brilliant art style. And the premise is you're a guy that's cast out from like heaven or something, and you land on a gunboat that's being worked on by a crocodile. And he's like, "Hey, what are you doing in my gunboat?" And then we find a reticule, and then we've got guns, and then we can learn to dash, and you can dive underwater and leap through stuff, and you can power up, and it then presents you with a bunch of levels with different challenges like surviving onslaughts or doing some obstacle course stuff. But it's this art style is what drew me to it. I just saw a screenshot of it. I was like, this is looking slick.
You know where they've taken that from, don't you?
No idea.
Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Oh, cool. It's really nice. It looks really, really good. I picked it up on Steam, and I've been playing the demo on my handheld, my Asus Republic of Gamers Xbox Ally X Windows 11 handheld gaming PC. And it runs great, and it's quite addictive. So I'm going to keep an eye on this one.
Beautiful animation.
It's really solid. Like, it really surprised me. I was like, "Oh, this is really cool." And yeah, I would, if anyone's got a device with Steam on it and can download such things, check out the demo. I think the full game is coming out soon, so I might make some inquiries.
Looks great. Yeah, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, holy shit, Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Jumped ahead
like,
some
there's
actual
silhouette
gameplay.
levels.
Yeah, the moving is, so you kind of got like whoop, and you can go under stuff, and then like when you charge up, like after you've defeated more beasties, you can do bigger jumps to make like who this demo. Have they got that guy from the Cuphead thing playing this?
That was Dean Takahashi when he was busy talking to someone at a thing.
I know what it's like
really
to
cool.
talk to people. It is honestly,
As in, from a gameplay perspective, it looks cool too.
And it's got co-op, which I was like, what? So now I really want to check out the co-op side of things. I think that's for, I don't know if it's same screen or if it's online, but nifty.
I wonder if
There you
that's
go.
coming to consoles. Is that coming to consoles?
Don't think so at this point in time, but it would
Great
certainly
handheld game, eh?
great handheld game. That's exactly like I find that I keep an eye out on handheld games a little bit more.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like a play anywhere handheld game now is like goes to the top of my list now.
Yeah, it's worth checking out. So there's that. I have also been playing the full version of Raccoin, which some people, because it's published by PlayStack, are kind of referring to it as the new Balatro. And I streamed a bit of it on the Sub-a-thon stream to start things off yesterday. This is the full game. The guys at PlayStack, because I missed the email, I was like, hey, I want to check this out. Can you ping it to me? And I'm a little torn on how I feel about this as a game, because this is a coin-pushing roguelite, right? And it draws comparisons to Balatro because of its roguish nature. It's same publisher, completely different dev team, obviously. But whereas with Balatro, I inherently knew enough about poker already to understand like the right hands and things like that. This, I don't feel like I've discovered the tactics yet. And I've played like 4 hours of it. I've yet to successfully complete a 15-round run. I've come very close. I've got to like the last round, but like I don't feel like I know how all the systems work, or at least I don't feel like the games explain them to me well enough for me to be like planning ahead. I feel like it's pure luck, and that has right now taken the shine off of it a little bit. So I need to do some like research, maybe do some like reading up. Like I don't understand this. Like, what am I missing? The dopamine hits you get from all the coins and everything exploding and stuff going crazy is all there and present and accounted for, and I loved it. But it's missing that like that click where it gets in your head and you're I understand this now. I know what I've got to do. So yeah, I haven't fully made up my mind on it yet. Right now it's PC only. But again, a great handheld game. Like I've been playing it predominantly on my Republic of Gamers Asus Xbox Ally X Windows 11 handheld gaming PC device.
Set it backwards. It's the Asus Republic of Gamers. But also, did you know, John, this game was made by 3 college students in China?
Yeah, I did know that.
Pretty nuts.
It's really cool. And I love the physicality of it. Like every coin is a physical single item that can all like interact with each other. It's a really, like, I want to love it, but right now I feel like I don't quite understand it to love it. And that's bugging me. You know, like when you turned up at mine and you'd been playing Balatro for like 6 months and had never success, and we were like, you've got to do this, and then suddenly you were like, and then it clicked for you, right? That's how I feel about this. Like, I want to like it more than I currently do.
Yeah.
I've also been playing Forza Horizon.
Before you go on for a sec, I sent you a link just now. Amazing news in Discord. Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Why don't I know?
When's that coming out? When's that coming out?
The 13th of April, I think.
Holy fucking crap.
What?
So yes, I dibs the ID at Xbox code.
Do you want to do the review for it?
Maybe. Oh,
yeah?
But it'll be after it comes out, though.
Maybe we can ask for code.
Maybe.
Might be able to get a code tomorrow, mate.
How do I not know what's going on here?
I just sent you the link, Jesse.
Oh. I would be the guy who would go and chase down Gunboat God.
Yeah. Gunboat God is coming to Xbox and it's Play Anywhere. Yeah. I'm like, okay.
Jansen Rad.
Yeah.
Play Anywhere can pre-order. Always has a shot of being announced as a Game Pass game on Tuesday.
Yeah, maybe. Good point.
Let me see real quick if it's ever been mentioned in our email.
I've just DM'd you, Jesse.
That's going to the top of the list.
I'm going to read your DMs.
That game looks really fucking cool. That game looks really good.
I was being careful. I was being coy, Jesse, so check your DMs.
No, it's Tinsley.
That's cool.
Yeah, I can get you a code, no problem.
There you go.
Yep.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah, and then outside of that, been playing Forza Horizon 6.
No, I literally have a key, Nick. They sent me a key for the game on Steam. Xbox is not going to be available.
John can have it on Steam.
Okay.
It went to contact John. It's already in your email.
I've already got it.
Theme.
I've already got it. I only brought up the demo because I didn't want to be like, I've got the code. Like I was trying to be savvy, and you guys are just blowing out and not reading DMs.
It's a tiny little game. Honestly, we'll be happy to get coverage. Are you kidding me?
I'm just being careful, man. You never know.
I don't want a Steam code.
Yeah, no, I know Nick doesn't want Steam.
It works fine. Like there's no beta code to enter or anything.
No, it's him capturing footage is a pain in the butt.
I just don't like Steam.
There are
Yeah,
other
Forza
things we
Horizon
have to
6.
be very careful
Can't talk about it.
like Forza Horizon 6. But I'm
Yeah.
going to put up some of our exclusive footage. It says IGN in the corner. But yeah, if you want some footage of, funnily enough, something that completely leaked, so you can go read all about Forza Horizon 6's preview on Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit. Because somebody posted their preview
Don't do that.
8 days early. I'm going to go read it.
This is what happens when you give everything to like every YouTube creator out there in the world.
Yeah, I'm going to... Let me bring up that post. I'm just going to read everything on it.
No, don't bring up that post. Don't bring up that post.
Huh?
There's no
I'm
need.
not playing Forza Horizon 6. You are. I'm jealous. I'm going to ruin it for
That's
him.
fair enough.
But yeah, no. It's a very
yeah, just
pretty looking
with
30
Muscles
FPS
783. Welcome.
Hey, new
He's an
YouTube
Xbox
member.
era supporter.
It
John
still comes
now
up with the
hates you.
wrong name. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I have changed it. Like, I literally have gone in the system and changed it. It has to be approved by them. It's been,
That's so
what,
stupid.
2 months? It's changed
months,
in the
yeah.
system.
So how's Forza Horizon 6, John?
Couldn't say, mate.
You can find
Couldn't
out
say.
coming this
Oh.
April 8th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I will say that if you are a member of DayOne, the website, so unfortunately YouTube members, I can't quite help you out there because Google don't let us hook APIs in to register this stuff. But if you're a DayOne member website stuff, then you'll get an exclusive members only video with a ton. And I'm talking like significantly more footage. And with me and Jesse
We need
chatting over
to
the top of
finish
it.
making that.
Yep, tomorrow evening, probably my time. I'm editing my preview video at the moment, and where I was like, I don't want to cover like be really super detailed, like for a like stupidly long video, but I want to make it decently chunky. I feel like it's pretty good. It's come together pretty well. So I'm looking forward for everybody seeing it at 2 p.m. UK time on April the 8th. That's 9 a.m. EST. Yeah. And then outside of that, I've been playing things that Nick's been playing.
Yes.
I did the review for Darwin's Paradox,
Yes, the octopus game.
the octopus stealthy platformy puzzly game.
Puzzle platformer.
Yeah, from French studio ZDT, published by Konami of all publishers.
I know, it's so random.
But it's got some very amusing what's it called? Metal Gear Solid references in there just for funsies.
It's a good game.
I think this is a great little game. Like
I really like it.
I like it a lot. I think they've done a really good job. There's a few trial and error bits, like where you're like, ugh, that was annoying. Because you just don't know because the game hasn't told you. Like, I think we're viewing one right now. I was like, oh, that's going to start spinning, is it? You know, outside of that, I think it's well worth a playthrough if you can get hold of it. It's a really fun, silly Pixar level, like animations and stuff.
Yeah, the
platformer that's
visuals
full
are
of
very
heart.
nice. I actually don't mind the way the game structures the fact that it's not super hand-holdy.
Yeah.
And the way it does it, like, because I wouldn't have discovered the piano if the game was super hand-holdy and was just telling you what to do. So there was a point in the game where I got out of the sewers or whatever, and I could have technically I could have gone left or right, and I'm like, well, the game's not telling me. I'm like, which way do I go? So I just decided to go left, and I just kept going left, and then this giant piano just fucking smashes me.
Did you notice the signs that you as you were
telling
going?
you go back, don't go here, don't, and I'm like, it's letting me walk, so I just kept going. There's signs every few meters going, don't go past here, don't go past here, go back, go back. I was like, well, you're letting me go. You're not stopping me with a fake invisible wall, so I'm just going to keep walking. And all of a sudden, you get out to this clearing, and you're like, oh, okay, so it's probably going to stop me now. Fucking giant piano just goes bang and smashes me. And I was like, yep. And then I go, achievement. I was like, oh.
You found the
I
piano.
was like, okay, found the piano.
Yeah, it was. I really liked playing this. Like, I played it on PC, handheld, and my Xbox. It runs great in every location.
I'm surprised that there even is a 30 mode. You'd think a game like that would be handled quite easily. by
You
most
think?
hardware.
But I think this is coming. I think this is. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's available on. No, it's not. I don't think it's available on Xbox One or PS4. But if you look at the quality mode, like I think there's a snippet where I loaded it up on Xbox and showed people the difference is quite stark. Like I think this is
Literally
Xbox
is happening right now.
Series X, yeah, footage, and you can like have it on this quality mode. And the difference, if you look on the website, I've got like a screenshot where you can flick between the two, and they do dial it way back for the performance mode.
It's Unreal Engine
Having
5.
said that, I would play it on performance
is
mode.
it?
Yeah,
Oh, I played on performance.
yeah,
I played on
100%.
performance.
The frames are where it's at.
Yeah. But I enjoyed it. I liked that. Like again, normally like I love my easy modes and all that sort of stuff, but with a game like this, I like that it just made you figure it out, and you're gonna die a bunch of times because
I have to give it props for the level design as well, because you approach things and then you're like, oh wait, I can crawl on anything.
yes,
And at first, the game like disables your ability to crawl on anything, so you
Yes.
kind of learn that. But then it produces some really cool puzzles where you're like, oh, I can't get there, but if I go this way, I can go.
yeah,
You know,
the long way.
It's really
There's
smart.
Sometimes you just have to go the long way.
I've got to give them props. I think it was a great first.
I haven't beat it yet because I'm playing so many games at the moment. And I'm going back to games. I'm finding myself going back to games because of the Asus Republic of Gamers Xbox LAX Windows 11 handheld gaming PC device. I'm finding myself going back. But the other game John and I have both been playing.
And your review did very well on the old YouTubes, mate.
Yeah, hopefully you've all seen the review of Super Meat Boy 3D. I will be upfront immediately with Super Meat Boy 3D. Technically, I haven't beat it, and John and Jesse know why. I was upset before last week's show for a reason.
That was so funny.
So I had almost cleared 3 of the 5 worlds that the game has, and then John and Jesse last week were like, yeah, Play Anywhere will work, because in the past I've had issues with Play Anywhere working before a game's release, where I can't actually install and play a Play Anywhere game. So I just assumed that was the case for Super Meat Boy. Jesse and John last week were like, no, it should work, mate. It should work. I'm like, oh, okay. So I installed
And
Super
it
Meat
did.
Boy.
End of
and
story.
lo and behold, I started playing it. I was like, oh, cool. And then I was like, wait, this didn't sync my save file. Why is it asking me to start again? So I quickly turned it off, went back to my Xbox version, save file, wiped. And I'm like,
Brutal.
I was devastated. And I wasn't going to have the chance to beat it
Get back
before embargo. So I'm like, I mean, look, it's Super Meat Boy. Like, outside of each level getting harder, there's nothing else.
Yeah.
Like, what you've played, it was like, even if you've just completed the first world, you've seen everything the game has to show you outside of the fact that it's going to get even more balls hard in the later worlds. But I loved it. I read other people's reviews because turns out I was one of the higher ones at an 8.5. Turns out I was one of the higher reviews. And so I was curious as to the problems people had with the game, and I felt like the common problem was people struggled with the 3D aspect of it and overshot stuff. And I was like, I mentioned that in my review, but to me it felt intentional. Like, the game wants to piss you off. The game wants you to die a lot. Like, that's
It's worth mentioning though that there are assist options in there to have like a pointer. Like at the moment, you like in normal gameplay, you've got the circle that kind of says this
little
is
red
where
circle.
this is
gonna
where
land.
you are. But I think you
Yes.
can actually add even more to it, like a little pointer that sort of helps you gauge the 3D space. Like that's as much help as you're going to get.
Yeah.
It's a like I played a little bit this on stream yesterday. It
I'm
really
dying
does
so
make you want to be like, fucking,
I know, you get so angry.
it's great.
But it's not
By design.
angry as in, yes, it's not angry as in I hate this game angry. It's just angry as in I want to beat this and I fucking can't beat it and it's pissing me off.
Yeah, it is.
It's so good.
Solid.
I loved it.
Really good.
If you buy the game on the Epic Store, you get Super Meat Boy 3D in Fortnite automatically, just like when you got Alan Wake. Same thing. Remember how you had Alan Wake on Epic, so you got him in Fortnite?
Yeah.
Same thing. But I was fortunate enough that one of our patrons, Kid 2015, who's been banking Fortnite V-Bucks because he doesn't play it, he gifted me Super Meat Boy 3D in Fortnite, so I now have him as a sidekick. Really cute little sidekick to Hercules, because John got me Hercules.
You're just getting all of the people to just buy you all of the shit.
I'm banking a harem of Fortnite gifters. So I've got one of my best mates as well who didn't realise. So he's got Game Pass Ultimate and he didn't realise that the Fortnite stuff got added. So he didn't even know he had a Fortnite account. He had to look for it and discover it. So he was like, yeah, okay, I'll get your stuff. It's like, great. That is fantastic. But yes, Super Meat Boy 3D. I don't know how many of you saw. I saw someone in the comments who noticed that, the asshole being opened. With the Dark World. I unlocked the Dark World right at the start of the game, and I just saw. I was like, oh, that's fully intentional, isn't it?
The Dark World is fucking horrific.
Oh my God. Look how long it took me to figure out what I was doing here. Like, it took me ages. I'm like, where do I go from here? And then I was like, oh yeah, it's 3D. You can just like fucking do whatever. Like, it took me a bit to sort of wrap my head around the fact that I wasn't constrained to 2D. I can literally do whatever in this. And again, I saw that in other reviews. People were like, oh, you know, it's not very structured and you can sort of just skip stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's a speedrunning game. That's the idea. Like, if you think you can just fly over everything, have a crack at it and try. You might be able to. That's the whole point. But yes, it's funny. I was happy to see people like the review because I tried something a touch different and I didn't think I pulled it off because I still can't get my brain to talk in a normal way when I do these reviews, when I'm reading.
This is how you talk
my script
all the time when you're reading.
I did enjoy the comments. So like, Nick, why are you reading this review in a library? Like, the thing is, when you did start to ad-lib, when you started to ad-lib a little bit, the real natural you did start to come through, and you were like, I'll show you this in a minute. Just like when you were like joking around, it really worked.
But that's why I said I'd rather do reviews live rather than reading off a script.
I get it. I get it.
I can't break it. I can't sound natural when I'm
Do you want
reading.
us to just sit in a room with you and look at you like this as if you're talking to us, and then you can?
Yeah, I don't know. But the game is so hard, but it's fair. It's hard but fair. Like it's just, I don't know. I just find it a lot of fun. And because the levels are so short, you don't have a problem repeating them to go for the Band-Aid, and to try and get the A+ on everything. So I'm going back through it all now, trying to A+ every level, trying to find every Band-Aid, playing it a lot on the Asus Republic of Gamers Xbox LAX Windows 11 handheld gaming PC device. Runs really well there. Yeah, it's a great game. I think what's it sitting at on Metacritic? Like a 70...
73.
73?
It keeps going down.
I saw a weird post from, I think it was PC Gamers, like, Super Meat Boy 3D doesn't have a vibe or something, and like that its art style was like just nothing in it.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And I was like,
I didn't even notice whether it had good graphics or
They're
not.
probably also on a hit quota from, or a clicks quota from the parent company.
Yeah, I noticed the comment about the graphics too, and I'm like, I don't know, the graphics seem fine to me. Like, I didn't notice them, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't notice whether they were good, bad, or indifferent. I was just too busy trying not to get chopped up.
Yeah.
This wasn't, for me, this doesn't feel like a game where you're sitting there waiting to see how it looks. I'm like, does it run well? Does it handle well? Is it fun? Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
How damn fun.
Yeah, usually, I mean, Jesse will tell you, like 99 times out of 100, my review score is usually right in the Metacritic sort of give or take a few. I seem to be one of the higher ones on Super Meat Boy. If it's a 73 now and I'm at an 85, yeah, I'm on the very high end. But I loved it. Ton of fun, and it is gonna piss you off if you haven't played it or haven't played a Super Meat Boy game. It's gonna piss you off. You're gonna get very angry. Like, that's the whole point. Did you see that dude in the comments? Was it you, Jesse, that was commenting to him, or John that was like, "Do you think this stuff wasn't in the original game?" I'm like, is that how you interpreted what I was like? I know the Dark World was in the others. Like, I know that. I'm reviewing 3D. I'm not reviewing the old ones. Like, I'm not going to spend the entire review talking about how this was in the first game, this was in the first game, this was in the first game. Like, that's not what the review is about.
It's kind of given. You acknowledge it and then you move on. Like, you're not going to mention it every sentence.
What are you wanting to hear from me? I just thought that was a little bit weird.
It always makes me giggle a little bit when you see people that are like super anal in the comment section, like, actually, and it's like, bro, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go outside, touch some grass. It's okay.
I don't know. I just thought it was weird that he expected me to acknowledge that everything here was in the first game. It's like, yeah, I sort of broadly did. I sort of broadly alluded to that fact that, and because I mentioned how this game, but I was sort of maybe in my head, and I should have been clearer, is that the franchise took inspiration from both Mario and Zelda. I wasn't saying Super Meat Boy 3D specifically took inspiration, because I mentioned the Mario inspiration in the first segment of the review. So I just thought that was a very weird comment. But I've also been playing other stuff. So Sega, via Jesse as a proxy, were kind enough to send me Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.O. World Stage on Switch 2. So I now have Virtua Fighter 5 on every platform. I've got it on PC, I've got it on Xbox, I've got it on PlayStation, and now I have it on Switch 2. So people can't say I don't love Virtua Fighter 5. The funny thing is, the one I bought was the PlayStation one. Because if you got Virtua Fighter 5, that free PlayStation Plus one, you get a discount on R.E.V.O. World Stage. And I got it for like $10 or something. So I was like, yeah, okay. They were also nice enough to send all the DLC. So the Tekken DLC, 30th Anniversary, Dural, like everything. They sent me all the DLC. It is an incredible port. I was waiting for it to maybe look a little bit rough, but it's actually fantastic. The resolution, I reckon, I was playing it docked. I saw a slight softness to it, so I'm like, okay, so there might be some upscaling or whatever going on here, but it runs beautifully. I would say with the Xbox version not being Play Anywhere, this is the version to get if you want this game on the go. It's so good. I started another World Tour mode, so I've now got like 3 World Tours going on 3 different platforms. Showed my son, and he's like, "Oh, what's this game?" I said, "It's Virtua Fighter, buddy. This is like one of the oldest." And I equipped Jackie's Virtua Fighter 1 look, and he's like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "Why does it look like that?" I go, "Man, that's how the game used. That's how the first Virtua Fighter looked. It was all blocky and polygons and stuff." He's like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "It's so old." I'm like, yeah, mate, it's very old. But yeah, if you've played Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.O. World Stage, this is a near perfect port. Like, again, I'm not nitpicky enough to really be able to tell the difference. Like, I was just playing it, and it's like I was playing it on any of the other platforms I've got it on. It would be great if it had cross-save. Given I've got it on 4 platforms, it would be really handy to have cross-save there. Sadly, it does not. But it is a very, very, very good port. And that if you want it on the go, that's the one I would get. The Switch 2 port is awesome. Am I looking forward to He-Man? I am. Hopefully I have time to review it. The other game I've been playing, is so I've just purchased my very first physical Switch 2 game. And only because we didn't get a code for Kirby's Air Riders. And it was on sale at EB for $57, down from $110. So it was on sale for essentially half price. So I was like,
nothing
you know what,
negative
man?
to say about that. In fact, I think it's a positive thing, Nintendo.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to get it. I'm going to buy Kirby's Air Riders. And I did. And I don't regret it at all because this game is actually fantastic. It's actually so good. It is... I mean, obviously it's very Smash Brothers coded because it's made... I think Sakurai was involved in this one. But it's just funny how there's so many Smash Brothers mechanics. The menu system is... It's like they just... It's almost like it could have been a mode or a spin-off of Smash Brothers the way they've done it. But it's an incredible package. Like, there's so much to it. There's just the standard racing Air Riders mode. There's the main inspiration for me buying it was the top-down mode. So there's actual races where they just put the camera up in the sky and it looks like those old school...
Like Micro Machines.
Isometric racing games. I thought, oh, that is so cool. There's even like a single-player mode, which I was like an adventure mode like Smash Brothers has. And I was like, what the hell? It's really good. Like, and it's funny playing this the week after I played Screamer. Like, this game has a lot of unique racing mechanics, but they all make sense and they all add something and they allow something. They're not just there to be there. So it doesn't really technically play like a traditional racing game, like it auto drives. So there's no accelerator. All the accelerating is done via your boost, like holding down the boost button or attacking enemies or hitting a speed pad or a boost pad or doing whatever it is you want to do. So there's a lot of cool mechanics that you need to learn and use to your advantage to be able to go faster or knock out your enemies or whatever it is. So I liked it. The way they've done it is really, really good. So far, I wanted to complete all the tutorial stuff because there's a lot of tutorials, because there's a lot of mechanics. But weirdly, it's not overwhelming. Because it's all on 2 buttons, it's not overwhelming at all. Like, there's only 2 buttons, that's it. Outside of your steering, obviously. There's literally, like, when you go to map your controls, they've just got 2 colors, blue and orange. And you can put blue and orange on whichever buttons on the whole controller that you want. So whatever makes you comfortable. So I put them both on the triggers, because then it's more like a racing game. But no, it's Woodstar Forges. It's not Mario Kart. It's actually more Smash. I shouldn't say it's not Mario Kart at all. It's like Mario Kart mixed with Smash Brothers. I know that sounds weird, but when you play it, I feel like, because John is a massive Smash Brothers fan, John might enjoy this game more than he enjoyed Mario Kart.
Ooh.
Did you like Mario Kart World?
I liked Mario Kart World just fine. The thing with those sorts of games, and I get this a lot with what I would say are iterative. How do I say? Effectively reskins of something I've already played a lot. Like,
this is.
Do you know what I mean?
The last Kirby Air Riders.
This looks like something completely new.
Yes, the last Kirby Air Riders was on the GameCube, so it's been a while since the last one.
Yeah.
And there's enough here to make it worthwhile, like in terms of modes and shit. And you can unlock. You've got a garage, and you can put all the different vehicles in the garage and decal them, and there's a lot to this. Like, it's so Smash Brothers coded. I have a sneaking suspicion you'd like it, John.
Okay.
I reckon you'd really like Kirby Air Riders. It's a very, very good game, and the top-down mode is super fun. Multiplayer, the whole lot. I had never played the GameCube one, but I tried out the beta of Air Riders back in November, whenever it was, and thought, oh, this is quite fun. And then I'm really, really enjoying it. So I'd like to make my way through like the story mode and all the other modes and unlock all the cool stuff for my license. And it's a really, really, really good package. I don't know what else to say about it. Runs great. Yeah, it's an awesome, awesome game, Kirby's Air Riders. I encourage you to check it out.
Okay.
It's very, very good.
Thanks.
Have I been playing anything else? Nah, I think that's it. I
Well,
think that's it.
Jesse's been playing some things.
I have played
And been very quiet at the beginning of this show because we've been chatting about games so much. But that's your fault for playing so many embargoed items. So.
Yeah, it's your fault.
the fact that yeah. So anyone wondering, be doing any streams? No. Just finished one review. Have 2 more in the works. John's probably about to have a bunch. Hopefully Nick gets 1 or 2. I got this. This is a replacement. I know I already had one, and I've shown it off before, but it's the haptic feedback VR chest. First one I got did not read its battery correctly, so they immediately got me another one out, which was nice of them.
That's cool.
Because I charged it up, and I unplug it, and it turns off immediately, and thinks it's dead again. And if you plug it back in, it starts to smell real bad because it's fully charged already, trying to fully charge again. So just a defective unit. So keep an eye out on that. I was hoping to do a stream with some VR for that. But otherwise, I did a review, my highest scoring of the year for, and John hates the way this looks because I used the key art logo thing at the beginning for Grime II.
Triggered. I'm triggered.
Yeah. Grime II is a classic Dark Souls inspired, but they don't have any of the annoying sides of those games' progression really. Metroidvania. I did get a code to Nick, but I'm sure he's been busy with stuff.
I haven't had a chance. I do want to play it. If it's as good as you say, and it's a Metroidvania, then yes, I do want to play it.
It's my favorite one of these. I haven't played Silksong. It's my favorite one of these since the Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. It's a really good looking game, even though it's got a very basic 3D style where you kind of look at it at first and you're like, eh. But then the actual art style in this one, the first game was all rocks. And it was all these rock creatures who were brought to life from the breath of giant space angels. It's a weird game, by the way. The second one is more paint, so everything's super colorful and vibrant. Really solid setup and premise and story that makes more sense than the first game ever did. The first game was very much try and interpret and figure things out. This one's a little more straightforward in ways. It is just a big old, the first game I beat in about 10 hours. This one took me over 30. And Jesus. I think for many people, Nick, you can put it on easy. It's got easy. It's got various levels of easy where you can make it so you take less damage and or they take more damage. So you deal more or you take less. There is an achievement tied to not doing that and beating it on normal mode where it's 100% at least. You can even make it harder and you do less and take more. It's just a fantastically tuned combat.
Do less and take more. I like the sound of that.
You do less damage and you take more damage.
Oh, damage.
Yeah, sorry, it's not you with work and making money, unfortunately.
I wasn't talking about that either.
Oh. It's a it's just a really well balanced combat and platforming. Both of them are excellent. The combat is focused on parries and reversals in multiple ways. So you've got an actual parry button. You've got when they get a green circle on them, you dash into them to counterattack. When they got a yellow circle, you use the right stick grappling hook to grab them and counterattack.
It looks very heavy. Very heavy. It
is heavy because I'm using a gigantic heavy weapon. There are much faster ones. Like I had little daggers and stuff too that are super quick. But I had everything in strength, and that thing scaled perfectly with strength, and so I just beat the shit out of stuff, nice and slow. But yeah, you start with a fast axe, and then you get that. There's a lot of different weapons with different various abilities and making builds and stuff. I'm sure people are completely broken the game. The platforming, outside of the combat, the platforming becomes, and I didn't show a ton of it in the review because it gets kind of spoilery on the things you can unlock, but As you go around the map and you find these dead creatures who were killed by a thing that was coming around before you killing everything, you consume them and you get either new abilities or variations on abilities you already had. There is never a double jump in the classic sense, but at the end of the game, you do get a jump that is one of my favorite in one of these games. Because you'll see there'll be like a friggin' string of like 9,000 instant kill spikes. But then you get a jump that just lets you, as long as you hit it before you hit the ground, you just jump. As long as there's ground beneath you, you can jump forever. And that's the double. Like it's got a lot of cool ideas on how it gives you.
But you said it's not a double jump
because you can't do it like you don't jump and then jump in the air. You have to have ground beneath you. So it can be a quintillion jump. You could literally just do that forever. There's no.
But how far off the ground do you get to do it?
Like 5. I don't. Man, you see the size of me, about my height from the ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you can do it forever. There's no limit. But it's one of the very last things you get. It's just that's like the type of idea to let you know that they're going for different stylings on how they do their Metroidvania stuff. You've got your magic casting I just did, which are called forms. Pretty much the first time you counter an enemy or defeat them and suck up their soul, essentially, you then learn their form and you can do one of their moves. And to get the resource you need to do them, you just hit stuff. And you get the paint resource. When you kill stuff, you get the fragments resource, which are like souls in Souls games for the leveling bar in the bottom right. But if you die, you don't lose them. So it's nice. Like there's very few checkpoints, but a bajillion shortcuts. And there is fast travel in every area. You have to unlock first the map by finding a thing. Once you find the second of these gates that you open, that unlocks fast travel in the area. It's a lot of rinse and repeat of doing that, but with a lot of really well done boss fights. I still probably have like 15 left on the map to go and clear, and that is after me kind of playing it nonstop for 30 hours after just having done 110 hours in Crimson Desert, so I was really tired at the end of last week. It's fantastic. The music and funnily enough, the composer of the game was in our comments saying thank you because the music's some of the best in one of these games or in a game in a while. Prince of Persia? It's up there. Yeah, it's really good.
Because Prince of Persia's music is, oh boy.
I remember this more, but it's because I've probably reviewed 110 games since Prince of Persia, so it gets pretty hard.
Yeah.
So a lot of when you look at the gameplay, it is deliberate feeling, but like those long platforming sections as well can end up being like 45 seconds sometimes where you can't hit the ground. That's generally just on the optional stuff. They're really smart about that, where the main content until the very end isn't supremely difficult like the optional stuff is, but it does get to be incredibly hard towards the end. So it's worth going around the map. You're always rewarded on the exploration with getting really useful shit. So yeah, it's an easy one to recommend for anybody who's into these types of games at all. Like if you are into the more methodical action platformer focused on progression blockers, like this is one of my favorites, which I was not expecting because I liked.
Call. Since Prince of Persia, it's a big call.
I have not played.
I love Prince of Persia.
Have not played Hollow Knight Silk Song for anyone asking. That was reviewed eventually by Ursel.
Meh.
I liked Hollow Knight.
Eventually,
supposedly Silk Song's a lot better.
Meh.
Then the other stuff for me was also mostly with John yesterday, where I got to play the Toxically Commando, which was John Carpenter's Toxic Commando, which was a butt ton of fun. Like that was
there were so many people in the chat going, "What is this game? It looks fun," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Another game that reviewed really poorly, and I was surprised at. And it's like sometimes people always say they want these lower AA things, and people like reusing assets or systems because it's a Saber Interactive game. They use a lot of stuff from their World War Z titles, from some of their the Mud Runner games, and the Swarm engine is running it all from the people will know a lot from Space Marine 2. This game was really goddamn cool. I also really like our setup.
Fun.
After I stopped it from blinding everyone, I really liked our setup on Hangouts now.
I'm going to make a dark mode this week.
Oh my god, that light mode, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make a dark mode this week.
I put it up, and a couple of people were like, "Oh my god!" It gets very bright if you've got a decent monitor. So I made it all darker, but John made these, and with Pre-Drag's approval, they're all good. And that game's really goddamn fun. I know it's the 8 maps, but they're huge maps, and they vary things up, and there's a lot of progression to go through. Like if you're really into the Call of Duty friggin' rebuild your gun shit over and over again with the prestiges and in the whatnots. It's got the crossplay, so we're able to jump between PC and Xbox for the three of us. It'll have bots if you don't want people jumping in at random.
Give this game a go.
Yeah, Toxic Commando was really fun. I enjoyed that quite a bit. God, was there anything else that we played for the first time? Toxic Commando.
Roadside Research.
Roadside
was
Research.
A good laugh.
Yeah, that was.
Can everyone just please rate the masks that we made, because I feel like I put a lot of extra effort into
I found
my
yours.
mask.
Yours right here.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Well, you were going for a
beautiful.
while.
That is such a cool game. So you are aliens running a gas station, and you have to
God.
avoid alerting the humans by doing a job. Good job. While studying
one of
them.
the shows, wasn't it? Wasn't this in one
Yeah,
of their
yeah.
shows?
It's a very silly, friend sloppy game.
I think this was last June.
But we had a good laugh with this. Like, it was really good fun. We were giggling, and it was very silly. We were gooping everywhere, serving customers, causing carnage. I liked this a lot. It was a good laugh.
And it's early access.
Nice.
It's friend sloppy. It's good fun. It's one of those things where it's a playground for you to mess around with a group. It's got a mix of the shop, running a grocery store with also having to clean, doing all the ordering of gas and all that type of stuff. So if you're into the mix of sim and stupid, and they keep adding more mechanics, like you get a camera and you got to take surreptitious pictures of humans, which both John and Ursel just thought, run in front of them and snap a picture, and then the men in black just come and shoot you in the face. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. The whole stream yesterday was a lot of fun. It's fun watching Kat play through Portal 2 as she started wrapping her head around the mechanics of one of the better games ever made. Goddamn.
Portal 2 is good.
Portal 2
is great.
Always holds up.
Kat, when she first played Portal 2, she got to the very first Portal puzzle, was like, no, this makes no sense. And she just noped the fuck out. So I thought it would be amusing to make her have to comprehend.
She started getting it.
Yeah, she started getting it.
So much of it comes down to I have to think of all these things while remembering what all the buttons are on a controller. And I'm not used to using two analog sticks at the same time while having to press buttons, while having to make sure I remember where all this shit is. We get used to it because we've done it for so long. So it's always nice seeing someone really start to grasp it themselves for the first time.
Yeah. I think she by being nature of being here in this house has had a quick go on Forza Horizon 6, and she really liked the bits she's played of Forza Horizon 5, and I think she's just like, okay, when Forza Horizon 6 comes out, that's going to be the thing that she will play, because that's soon. That's next month, man. This year is just like flying by. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, very, very cool. It was a lot of fun. So big thank you again to everybody who chucked some cashola our way or became a DayOne member or any of the above to help us kind of hit,
you can keep doing it
or
through
certainly
June.
break the back of our funding goal before we have to book travel and things like that. We are still collecting. So if you're feeling generous and you want to chuck a tip our way or sign up for a DayOne membership on the website, you can do any of these things. It does really, really help us out. because, surprise, booking multiple flights and multiple hotel rooms for all of these different events is frighteningly expensive.
That's not a fake. That's not a fake number. For going to both for 4 people to STF and 5 people to Gamescom, that's a conservative estimate.
Yeah. So if you can help, please help, and we appreciate that right now the economy's screwed and there's wars everywhere and everything sucks. So we obviously understand if you can't. And if you can't, just liking and sharing and commenting and being here is good enough for us. Because we wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. We appreciate it. Now, that's a hell of a lot of video games we've been playing. It's not slowing down. Next week's going to be crazy too. Where to begin with the news this week? I think we'll probably start with the banner topic, even though it's not the banner topic, but it's links to the banner topic. And that is the announcement of the Xbox Games Showcase on June the 7th with a shiny Gears of War E-Day direct attached to it. How are you feeling about this news, Nicholas?
Yeah, well, everyone speculated that Gears would get that slot.
Yeah.
Because we haven't heard from Gears for a little bit.
We've seen pretty much everything else.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I know that I wasn't totally enamored with Gears 5 or 4, but I didn't dislike them.
No.
But my hope is that this game is more of a return to what Gears was with the earlier games, or even a bit more survival horror-y, as I've always wanted the franchise to be. But I guess the one thing we do know is that it's going to look ridiculous. Because, hello, it's the fucking Coalition.
We played a bit of Hive Busters yesterday, and aside from it breaking every 10 seconds with network issues, it still looks absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. As we've all said before, like, if there was ever going to be a studio in the world that knows the Unreal Engine better than Epic does, it's the Coalition. I believe they made their own modifications to it, which I think Epic themselves have then gone, we should have this as part of the engine. And just been like, yep, okay, we're going to put it in there. These guys are nutso. I just hope that from a gameplay perspective and from a, what's the word I'm after, structure perspective, I hope it leans far more linear than Gears 5 did, hopefully.
Yeah, you want to ditch what if it's an open world capital city of Serra, and you've got all these different objectives?
They were corridors to get to locked up segments.
I know, but like if you look at this trailer again, when you get to that final closing shot, you've got them looking out over the Horizon cityscape. Look, there it is. What if it's an open world Gears of War?
You reckon that's what that's hinting at?
I have no fucking idea. I'm just throwing ideas out there.
That'd be amazing.
But
I mean, it could be cool.
The way Gears plays doesn't lend to an open world. That's why I didn't particularly like 5's hub. Like, Gears is slow, it's more tactical, it's a little heavier. It was never designed for open world. It was designed for linear, tight corridors, and you make your way through almost like, a small military unit going bang, 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 bang. Like, that's how it was built. That's the foundation. So just taking that and shoehorning it into semi-open world or open world, it doesn't work. It's not what it was made for, unless they're overhauling the gameplay somewhat to lend better to that. But that would come with its own controversy, I feel.
Well, I wrote an op-ed. I wrote an op-ed earlier this week because what I want to see the Coalition do is take all of the wonderful combat mechanics of Gears of War in terms of like best-in-class third-person shooting, all of the different weapon types, the stuff you can call in from orbit, like the Hammer of Dawn, and give us a Helldivers 2 style take on Gears that sees you having this expanded horde experience where you go in as squads of COG soldiers. You're doing different missions across the planet of Serra, fighting back against Emergence Day. Maybe you've got to go underground. Maybe you've got a night mission. You're avoiding
That
krill.
I'd be okay with as a mode.
I would like because
Yes.
hear me out, hardcore Gears fans. I know you love your multiplayer, but not everybody else does. And what seems to happen from my outsider's perspective is
Nasher
a new
Fest
Gears comes
bullshit.
out, and everyone goes, "It's new Gears. Here's the multiplayer," and then it falls off because only the hardcore are there, and they're just fucking bouncing around with Nashers, turning them into
with
giblets.
Nashers. And it's just
right?
the Nasher bullshit.
Or they
fest.
fall off because the Nasher doesn't work the way it used to.
All that, yeah. And
Yeah.
like what I'd like to see them do is, I'm of the opinion that PvP's got its place. I love a good sweaty PvP game, but what is more in tune with nowadays and possibly for the health of the franchise is a more PvE element. And Horde's all well and good, but something with decent progression aside from like, hey, here's 50 rounds and it gets harder. You know, like give people a little more meat on that bone, and I think that could
a Helldivers
regrow
2
Gears
style
as a franchise.
Yeah, a Helldivers 2 style mode would be, or a spin-off game that's just a Gears
Yeah, a
rip-off of Helldivers 2.
standalone title
think
would
could
work too. Yeah,
Yeah. I reckon that could really work a lot.
I think it would be cool. But what do I know? Not much.
You're not a trained
But
journalist.
yeah,
That's true.
I'm interested in this game and what it has to offer. It'd be cool to see, young Marcus and Dom, and I assume this game will end with whatever gets them in jail.
Yeah, like they're gonna have to do
Is
something.
my
naughty.
assumption.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Do we know the story behind that? Because I didn't take
Probably
in
in
the
the
lore
books.
via books or anything like that.
I
Okay.
don't know off the top of my head, but if I had to guess, it might be in there.
Okay, yeah. So whatever they did that led to them ending up in jail in the first Gears is where I assume we'll go. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good. Hopefully it's got all the co-ops.
Yeah, 3-player co-op again.
Why?
4-player.
Luke
2-player.
Lohr of the expansion pass confirms, yes. Explained in the books. He would know.
Okay,
Oh, there you
he's
go.
explained in the books.
What was
Okay.
it? What did he do?
Gay marriage.
Insubordination.
Wasn't legal yet, and him and Dom.
Sounds like it. The Black John is saying Marcus leaving his post, I believe.
Oh,
He stopped posting on NeoGAF, went to Resetter, and boom, they immediately arrested him.
Yeah, I like you going to jail. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Gears deep dive. Hopefully it's really, really good.
are you excited for what Xbox might show at the showcase this year? Considering
Nope.
in 2026 they are releasing
Nothing.
Minecraft
Oh.
Dungeons 2, Forza Horizon 6, Gears of War E-Day,
Halo Combat
Fable,
Evolved.
Halo Campaign Evolved. What else?
Modern Warfare 4.
Kiln.
Yeah,
Kiln.
Kiln. Fuck.
Modern Warfare 4. That's a lot.
I'm curious
It's a
if
lot.
we
a lot.
get a look at, which we'll get into in the news maybe in a bit. Maybe we see State of Decay 3 for an early next year launch.
Yeah.
I think we will, considering the surprise. Hey, we're having an alpha
I have
and,
signed up.
and a YouTube video and
Question.
stuff like that.
As someone who obviously is not a developer and has no idea about that side of it, does that feel weird that they're having an alpha when this game was announced like 5 or 6 years ago?
No, because for them it's community. It's essentially we get to do a bunch of testing with the community to see what they're liking and not liking. Because State of Decay 2 was very heavily influenced by the community. Like it's actually a very good community overall. If this game gets bigger, it'll probably go worse because everything does once it gets more popular. But yeah, it's free testing essentially, free QA.
I really want to get into this State of Decay and like it, but they need to just ease up on the real life management stuff.
You can do that in 2. You can make that barely a thing you have to worry about anymore.
Yeah, they
the
did
time,
an
the time is
interview.
gone. The time has passed now for 2.
It's been 4 or
Yeah,
5
they
years.
did an interview on some of the elements of State of Decay 3. You can read it over on Playday 1 or watch the 50-minute YouTube video with Sunny Games. But there's a bunch of choice quotes in there, but they're like, if you wanted to ignore the zombies and just do the management cozy stuff, you're not going to be able to. It will come for you, right? So that sounds cool. And I don't mind the management stuff, but what I wanted was to remove that bad networking model where I could join a friend, but I was tethered to them to a degree. I couldn't go very far, and nothing I did mattered, and it didn't progress me in any way. I was just helping out for a bit. That's shit. Like, and it sounds like from what they described with State of Decay 3, you know, it's a world that exists, and if you invite people and you're not there, the world will progress without you being there. So it's there's permanence, which is more in line with what I wanted. Like, I wanted to be able to say, hey, we've got X number of players that come together and help grow this community, and people can hop in and out and deal with different problems. And it's something that everyone can kind of jointly work towards, and that's much more attractive to me as a concept. Yeah, man.
I love
like,
that. I love that
cool.
typo in the chat. State of Decade is awesome, mate. By the time this game comes out, it might have been a State of Decade from announced to release.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Do you think we'll see any surprises with the first or third party at the showcase?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's a given. But
always
as a surprise,
surprise.
no idea what it is.
You reckon?
Yeah, 100%. 100% there'll be surprises. There's always surprises.
Is there?
Yeah. It's always a surprise, at a minimum, at least one.
Might not be for you.
Why, are you thinking there'll be none?
I don't know. As in, I mean, like, when I say a surprise, I mean like a brand new thing being shown, like a brand new, whether it's a first party game or some big third party franchise return.
Yeah.
I personally have two hopes for this showcase. That's to see Blade.
Yeah.
I want to see Blade, like, as in, like, show me
please.
something, the game actually being played. And, shit. What was the other one? Splinter Cell. I want to see Splinter Cell. bring back.
Everything Ubisoft right now is all kinds of messed up.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, how cool would it be for the showcase to have that moment? That screen goes black and you hear the sound, that piercing sound.
I wouldn't
the
complain.
3 green lights show.
Yeah.
Pew! And you're just like, I'd like that. I'd
It would
like
be
that.
very
That'd be
exciting.
nice. Maybe what Toys for Bob are working on?
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Might
all
be
sorts
cool.
of things they could do. Do you think, you know, considering we've got Halo campaign involved, will we also see a multiplayer project from, like, as in the
right.
next level of Halo multiplayer? Like,
Only if the thought process that Halo is out pretty soon after the showcase, like within a couple months, then I think you might see
yeah.
it. Because like, and there will be different enough where it's like, yes, this is only single player, but don't worry, we do have multiplayer coming. Because a lot of people have complained that this doesn't have Halo 1's multiplayer. It's like, well, that was already only across LAN originally, and it is there in my Master
Yes.
Chief Collection if you want it,
Yes.
in way better form than it ever was before.
Yeah.
I feel like people keep forgetting that when they ask for these old games to come back with their multiplayer. It's like, yeah, but what kind of a population are you expecting that to have? Like, and the problem is that bots still aren't a standard across the industry.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be fine with all these multiplayer things coming back and Halo Campaign Evolved having the multiplayer as well, but if it doesn't have bots, then what's the point? Because once it inevitably dies off, and it will, then you're just left with nothing. It'd be nice if bots could just be a standard. I really like multiplayer games that have bots. Like, my son now, he doesn't play, so he still plays Halo Infinite, but he just plays against bots. He just enjoys having a team of bots, and he turns on unlimited ammo and just starts running around maps taking out bots, and he loves it.
Sounds like you so much. He really is a little
He
Nick.
loves it. He loves it. He just sits there and takes them out, and he has the most fun. He's got a keyboard and mouse on his ROG, and he just zips around the map and just takes out bots, and he absolutely loves Infinite for that. And I'm like, see, how good is it? Like, he still plays it to this day purely because of the bots. Like, they've got to be there, people. Come on, you got to put them in there.
Do you think we'll see more of Clockwork Revolution?
Oh yeah, we're due to see that too, aren't we?
I mean, if it has a date. They're twice in now. Once mostly CGI and very early tone piece, then a kind of a deep dive that showed off a lot. That looked amazing. So if they were to show it again, I would hope it would. It's send help yelling over there.
Let's send help.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
someone fell off a cliff.
What's going on?
I know what it almost sounded like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Farewell, lady. Farewell to people who just fell off a cliff. Yeah, if they were,
It's up to that part.
yeah, if they were to show Clockwork Revolution, I would really hope they have a window. I don't expect a hard date for 2027, but like coming fall 2027 or something would be cool.
That'll probably be at next year's January Direct.
Or if it's later in the year,
Clockwork.
if that was the Dev Direct, who knows? It always depends on the timing too. Like what's going to be early for them, what's going to be late. Because the game that would make the most sense and be the biggest game would have been Forza Horizon 6 as the post-show thing, because that's their biggest franchise sales-wise, but it's coming out too soon.
I'm seeing a lot of speculation, which I personally don't buy into, about, at this showcase, we're going to see some form of return of exclusivity. Ooh, I'm like,
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people really hoping for
it's
them
just
to
because
reverse course.
they're like, well, Sony's doing it. It's like Sony's trying to find ways to pull people in for PlayStation 6. That's their focus. They need to sell that hardware, and they are not the biggest publisher in the world, like Microsoft essentially has become outside of Tencent, who actually is the biggest, and everyone always discounts them. But Tencent is huge. But like Microsoft, maybe they shift to timed on live service stuff, because live service stuff can do later. Not live service doesn't work as well with timed exclusivity, though.
I feel like if I take my personal preference out of it for a second, which is just go back to full exclusivity, that's my personal preference. I think there can be a nice balance struck, especially if they're but maybe that's a slippery slope. I was going to say maybe do a balance between, because if you look at everything that's gone multi-plat thus far to PlayStation, the only thing that's done genuinely well is Forza Horizon 5. That's the only one that's done like really, really well. Like sold massive numbers.
Sea of Thieves did incredibly well.
Oh, I forgot about Sea of Thieves.
Grounded
but
did
what I'm
pretty
saying
well.
is the majority of them haven't been like
Starfield's been their
hits.
top pre-order for a while. Let me see if it's still there.
I feel like they might strike a balance between maybe just the stuff that they think will do super well, going multi-plat, and maybe keeping some of the others.
What if they just made it consistent, like serious consistency, where they just said, "Hey, from now on," like they just came out and said this, and they just said, "From now on, every game we make is going to be a minimum of 1 year exclusivity on our hardware, on our console hardware. That's the standard. After that, we'll do other things, but like at least then, if you're an Xbox gamer, you'll know I'm going to get this first, and I'm going to get this a year for minimum." Much like a paid-for exclusive or a money hat or whatever phrase you want to use.
Yeah, maybe.
But regardless of all of the like hopes and dreams of people wanting to, and I get the arguments, it's eroding the brand, it's the death of the platform itself. I totally get it. I don't necessarily disagree with all of it, but the economics of making an expensive AAA video game hasn't changed just because you want the Xbox platform to like have exclusives again. It still costs too much money to make a lot of these things, and if they don't sell, it's a fucking crapshoot to keep the studio alive because the business doesn't work and the ROIs and all that horrible crap. That shit is still very much a factor, and for people that just love video games, take the "I love my platform and I want other platform to die" out of it. If you just love video games, I want them to keep getting made by the studios that currently exist.
And you remember what Jez said, which was they put a lot more money into games like Fable because they think they'll make a lot more money with them being multi-plat. It's like we get better games out of it is one of the things.
And it's like, if the world we live in means, oh, cool, we've got exclusives, but we get to see more studios get closed because they haven't made enough money to justify their existence, which world do you want to live in? Like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, pick one. Pick which world you want to live in. Do you want? I've got my exclusives. Cool. Oh shit, that game only sold 2 million copies, so now the studio's been closed. Or, like, pick your poison.
Super chat from Raichi7361, and this is why I said, "Ooh, it might be a slippery slope," because I knew that's how it would be viewed. Give best games to PlayStation and keep mid games Xbox. It wasn't about best and mid. Like, there's high-selling games that are quote-unquote mid-games, and the same way there's low-selling games that are fantastic games that are highly rated. Like, it's not about quality of the game best mid. I was more saying the games they think will sell really well, not about the Metacritic score of the game. Oh, the high-rated ones, give them to PlayStation. Like, Sea of Thieves as a video game wasn't great, but it did really well and sold really well. Hellblade 2 was like, oh my god, the graphics and whatever, but no one bought it. It's not about the quality per se of the game. It's about, do we think this game will actually sell a lot on PlayStation? If yes,
I get what you mean.
Port it. If no, don't bother.
And what is the actual hardware situation now? Like, people talk about exclusives. There will be no platform for consoles that has more than a console that can also play everything on Steam. Or everything on itch. Like, the moment you have all those PC-only games, and you have all those streamer games that this movie keeps yelling at me. Like, the moment you have all of those games, and no one else does right off the bat, like, that is a thing that will speak to young people, which we are not, and we don't think like. My kids could not give two shits what actually has games, because their PCs have it all, in general.
And there is an argument that I would quite also happily make, and like this is such a complicated topic, and I'd love to sit there and chew the fat with people that have all the facts and figures behind it. But like, Xbox and PC, like, no one cares that games come to PC now that were exclusive. No one gives a shit about that. It's just that they're going to rival platforms. That's the step too far. And if PC is the biggest and the more consistently growing platform overall outside of mobile, which dwarfs consoles combined, all of them, then why isn't Xbox and PC enough for Microsoft? Why isn't that enough for the health of their brand? Like, what's the bit of the equation that we're not fully seeing transparently here that justifies the potential erosion of Xbox as a platform? Do you know what I mean? Like, isn't that enough? Like, if the games are good, they'll sell. Like, I get it, PlayStation's the biggest platform, but also we're seeing scenarios where Sony themselves will release a first-party game and it will sell to a mere 2% of their user base. I'm pulling that figure out of my arse before some douchebag on Twitter clips it and goes, this guy doesn't even know. Like, I'm just making that general point. It's a generalization. But do you get what I mean?
Yes.
So, like, I don't know, Microsoft, and even just letting these seeds and these kind of discussion points now fester again is just a bad idea in and of itself. They need to, we'll bring back the phase for you, Jesse. They need to rip the Band-Aid off again and be very clear with the customer base about, like, what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. And that's why I think a statement at a minimum of, hey, we're going to do this, it's going to be a minimum of a year, you'll get it first. But then you'll get people arguing, so basically we're beta testing the game, and then when it comes out in a year, it comes out with all the updates and all the DLC, and PlayStation users get it cheaper. That will be the next goalpost shift.
It is technically true, though.
It is technically true. You are beta testing an earlier version.
Yeah.
What do you care about, FOMO or the game? Pick one.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit of a lose-lose.
Yep. But this is Microsoft. They like to make things challenging for themselves. Bless them.
Oh well.
But yeah, so we've had the showcase get announced. There's a ton of stuff that could come up there. In addition, Asher Sharma, Microsoft Gaming CEO, took to the Twitter airwaves and said, "Hey, in my first month," this is a tweet she put out, "I heard clearly that our community values Xbox FanFest, which, just for a point of reference, was cancelled last year. There was not a FanFest.
Yes.
As part of the return of Xbox, we've made the decision to bring it back to LA to recognise the players who have been with us over the years. Cool. And then they went one step further and announced that there's a FanFest tour this year that sees FanFest go worldwide, with FanFests taking place in not only Los Angeles for presumably the Xbox showcase, but we've got one in Cologne, Germany, presumably during Gamescom. We've got one in London, UK, presumably when, don't know. Mexico City, Seattle, Sydney, and Tokyo, and Toronto. So that's a lot of FanFests.
I assumed the FanFest would be for one specific event.
Nah. I think they're going to... Like, Cologne is definitely going to be a FanFest for Gamescom because they've done that there previously.
Yeah.
So, like, you could maybe start to cherry pick here and be, okay, so LA's FanFest is for Summer Game Fest, E3 era. Cologne, Germany, Gamescom. London, maybe that's Fable's launch. Mexico City, maybe that's Gears E-Day's launch. Seattle, home of Halo, maybe that's Halo's launch. Sydney, Gunboat God. Did you know that Gunboat God, the guy, Rad Jensen, that you tweeted at?
Jensen Rad?
Yeah, he's from Melbourne. Did you know that? Yeah.
No?
Yeah. He's near you, mate.
Wow.
Wow, small world. What?
He is too. Look at that. Melbourne.
There you go. Will you be pleased?
Oh, I got to find this dude.
I mean, that is just my guess about FanFests, but like, I think that it is likely that they will attach them to significant game launches. I don't know what those game launches are going to be, but you can kind of maybe guess for some of them.
Yeah. Because I've been getting tagged going, hey, you going to go to the Sydney one? And I was like, oh, I assumed it was for like Summer Games Fest and the showcase. I'm like, oh, I'm probably not going to be able to because then I go to Greece like immediately after. So it'd be tricky to go to Sydney and then whatever. But if it's done like as an individual event for later for something else, then yeah, maybe I'll go to the Sydney one.
I do want to comment on this in the chat. Mikey B07 says, no one was buying the console, so how are they losing money? No one was buying Xbox long before porting those 4 games. No one bought South of Midnight on Xbox, so who cares if it goes to PlayStation? The reason that, one of the reasons no one was buying an Xbox was some shitty messaging from Microsoft's side, but primarily Microsoft straight up stopped promoting and stopped trying to make as many, mostly because they were focusing on server blades. But like, I'm not saying that's the only reason, but Microsoft made a pointed decision to stop prioritizing console hardware. End of. So like, you got to bear that in mind as well. If part of this return to Xbox is we see some serious aggressiveness and some subsidizing where they can, I'd love to see it. Bring it back. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I wonder. I'm wondering if hopefully they send someone down for the FanFest. Hopefully Asher makes an appearance.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? She comes down to Sydney.
I can't wait to see her get mobbed by all the content creators in the JW Marriott this year.
Yeah. Gotta get that. I gotta get that parasocial relationship going. Gotta get that parasocial relationship going.
We got a kind of funny fan in there. Does Microsoft the problem is Xbox doesn't ship good games that you need to play, which was something I heard on that channel a lot this week. And it's like
really
they've gone back. That? Well, they've gone like the 7 and 8s aren't good enough was the refrain over and over again, and it's like there's this insane focus on first party Metacritic scores. And as we have learned, you probably shouldn't trust some of those. Not saying anything else.
It's not even that you shouldn't trust them. It's not even that you just
they never
shouldn't trust them.
But yeah,
it's that it ultimately wouldn't make a difference. Like Forza Horizon is in the 90s.
Doesn't count.
Still don't see people talk about it. Doesn't count. It's a racing game. Like there'll always be some kind of goalpost shift.
You remember the quote? It was Alana Pierce asking Ben Hansen, like, what would ship the needle? And he said, 10 out of 10s wouldn't change my perception of Xbox. So
Yeah, it's not about the good games or the not good games anymore. They have plenty of genuinely great games. It's just that I put it back to, like, people have built where they want to play now, and that is not going to change. That's the biggest challenge Microsoft have got, is persuading people to abandon somewhere where they've got thousands and thousands of dollars worth invested. Phil kind of said it outright right before he left. He was
but conversely, that's the same when I see idiots on Twitter going, "Oh, just get a PlayStation." Yeah, but I'm not going to abandon the 900 Xbox games I've got.
And most of the biggest games that people play are on everything to begin with.
And that is the other bad thing Microsoft did. Like, and they've done a lot of bad things over the years, but like excuse my French, the kind of like gall to, and I've said this before, they weaponized this fan base to be pro acquisition, pro this, with the inference that this was going to give you exclusive games. It's all about you. This is why we're doing it. And it's not, because the second it's all over the line, everything went exclusive. So the uproar from the fan base, and then the presumption from Microsoft that, well, to your point, Nick, we've got 50 million odd players. They're not just going to abandon their purchases and their digital games. They'll keep buying the next Xbox. They're secure. That's not necessarily a good assumption to make on Microsoft's part. And they need to fight to keep those players, because at some point, even the most staunch bleed green Xbox fan gets a little tired of the rhetoric of being told by everyone around them, every podcast, every show, your platform sucks and no games are good. It eventually is going to get to some people and be like, maybe I should switch. It just will. It's human nature. I want to be on the good team.
But the switching thing is weird. At what point does your library matter and not matter?
I know. But you and I are very different in that regard. I don't give two shits about all of my 360 digital games or my Xbox.
Really?
I don't give a fuck. I genuinely do. You could rip it all away from me, all of that old stuff, and I would not care.
No.
But that is also because I operate in a mindset like that's still very console orientated from back in the day, where you would get your new console and all the old games. If you wanted to play them, you'd have to get that old console out and plug it back in. And obviously they changed that, right? That's no longer the case. But I don't care. It's so rare for me to go back and play something old. So rare now. It's just
but for me it's a piece of it's like a lot of it's a peace of mind thing. More so than, oh yes, I am actively going to make my way through those 300 or so 360 and OG Xbox games and like replay them again. A lot of it is just a peace of mind thing. And that applies to my Nintendo stuff. It applies to my PlayStation stuff.
You would have been shocked, man. When I cleared out my house when I moved, I found a big cupboard and I had like 25 physical games, like 360, Xbox One. Guess where they went?
Where?
In the skip.
Why in the bin? Why would you sell them?
Don't care.
But why would you sell them?
Can't be bothered to go through the rigmarole of trying to sell them. Didn't care. And then it was lucky, there was like a load of kids and a family walking past. And I was like, hey, do you want some Xbox games? And they were like,
no,
really?
I
was like, yeah,
here,
take them all. So I gave them all to them. So they were saved.
You could have sent them to me. They're pal. They'd work on my console.
Lazy, mate.
We always end up around these conversations in a very circular fashion, when the only thing we can do moving forward is look at what their plan is. And I think it is the smartest one they could have in this current climate, which is how do you keep getting support even if you don't have a massive install base? You essentially give people just a ridiculous amount of value for giving you a port, which is what their plan at GDC was, which is you make a port with us, we give you our industry-leading PlayFab Foundation Edition, which just went live as part of their update for this month. Just give it an Xbox port, your game will work everywhere. You've got cloud saves, you've got online systems, you've got everything that can work everywhere, and it's free because you gave us a port. Why would someone want to buy our hardware? you guys mostly care about PC. That's where the real growth is nowadays. It's real hard to maintain what we've got on console. Even Miyamoto's out there saying, like, the consoles are set, so we move to movies and TV shows and theme parks to find growth. And PlayStation is in, shut it all down, let's pull it all back in to maintain what we've got on console, because we're the default. Microsoft's not going to be the default, and they'd have to spend a ton of money to try and steal try and steal consumers from, that's what the old systems were. It was, I take from you this gen, oh, you took from me last gen. People are bouncing back and forth here and there because everyone had I traded in my console and all my games and my controllers, and now I've got the new one from this other company. That doesn't happen anymore. Everyone wants all their shit on PC. They want, when you're looking to the new people, I don't mean people our age, but like, how can you actually get the billions that are playing Roblox on their phone to even look at you? And it is we're going to have everything because, yep, it's on Steam. No, we don't make a ton of money from there, but people don't like friction. And most people will be like, I play this game on Steam, but also like everything else is just there in this Game Pass thing I noticed, or it's just there on this store. And when you actually look at all the sales prices between everything, they're really not that different between console and PC like they used to be. Steam used to be way cheaper, like way markedly cheaper all the time. Consoles are catching up there. If you've got everything is always essentially play anywhere, your cloud service is like, I've been using this a lot. I'm using this for a review. Controller hurts my hand, dies really quickly, and I have to give them $15 a month for cloud saves and stuff. Whereas most people are like, I just log into Roblox from anything I have, and I'm good. I log into Fortnite from anything I have, and it's there. Like, that is what people expect as the default now. So you need to meet them where they are. And where they are is not where people who cover video games are. It's not where even most of us in our audience is. We're the hardcore of the hardcore, and they need to service us while focusing on the actual main audience, which is completely ignored in this games media industry. There's hardly any coverage of Minecraft, hardly any coverage of Fortnite outside of big events, hardly any coverage of Roblox outside of the super shitty parts of it. We focus, we'll have more talk on Blueprints, a game that was amazing, that people loved, but like 1/1,000,000th of the people that will play a friggin' PUBG every day played. Like, yeah. PUBG still hits 800,000 people like every day on Steam. No one talks about it.
You don't see anyone posting the Steam charts for that one, do you?
Yeah, no, we are a specialized niche within a niche. That's the people who are very persuasive in gaming coverage, and it's this very small group in a few cities that are all friends and lead all the discussion on everything. And people have put a $25 billion a year industry or division of Microsoft, which is like 8% of Microsoft. Not an insignificant amount given how world dominating that country is, and they treat it like they're dead. And they're not. They're just not alive in the way we were all used to growing up. They're not pushing the I drink your milkshake shit that we always had between the consoles.
Yeah, like, and I want to make sure, like, folks in the chat, like, be good people. I know you all are.
No one's getting nasty.
I'm stepping in before.
Look, I have all three. But, like, you're fine, Mikey.
I agree.
Coexist.
Like, there's a phrase Mikey B used here in the chat, where he said, where is it? I remember the 360 innovation exclusives and the place to play. I mean, and that there is an element of truth there in that Microsoft in that generation and in that time frame when the 360 was the best of the best in terms of it was the king of the crop, it was the place to play console games on. There were things there. It was more than just the games. The games were great for that generation, but everything they did was very consistent, even with the Red Ring of Death.
I mean, it really shifted to connect and party and social.
And then they did what Microsoft do, which is they looked at data and they made assumptions, and that led to the Xbox One, and around we go. So,
and that is what happened to Nintendo as well, where they had the Wii into the Wii U, where the Wii U was a bad name, which didn't help, but also it was a stepping stone to their most success they ever had. Whereas Microsoft didn't have a stepping stone to their most success. Instead, they had the stepping stone, and then they backed away from it because it was marketed poorly and people lost their minds, which is the vision they had at the beginning of the generation. Like, their family plan was infinitely better than the virtual card bullshit of the Switch 2. I hate game sharing on this thing now. Instead of just being that I have a login license, I have a home license, it's this, I'm on the same home network and I can give one person at a time access to my games for a couple weeks that I re-up all the, like, it sucks. It's a way worse.
It still has the home console system. It still has that.
Does it? Then I take it all back.
Yes. I don't know why everyone's
Then I take it all back.
It's not easy to find. I have looked for it. I have only ever seen the whole virtual card system.
No. They still have the home console system. All that, because I had this discussion with Nintendo Prime on Twitter the other day. Because he's like, oh, they ruined the old system. And I'm like, did they? The only thing they changed, and I assume it had to do with, it must have been getting in the way of the digital lending, was, so apparently previously, and I say apparently because I had never done it before. It had never come up for me in 7 years of owning a Switch. Because I've always had multiple Switch consoles, whether it was 2, 4, whatever. So I had a family Switch and my personal Switch. And the family Switch was the one that was set as my home console. So everyone could play every game I owned digitally on that console, my home console. But apparently what you could also do was 2 people could play the game at the same time. So I could play Mario Kart on mine. And but apparently now, yes, they can still play Mario Kart. They just can't play it at the same time as me. Now, that never came up for me, which is why I never noticed it in 7 years. There was never an occasion where both myself and, say, my daughter wanted to play Mario Party at the same time on 2 Switches. So I didn't know that was gone.
It was a big thing for Animal Crossing with people. So essentially, they didn't make it. They made it worse, but they brought it in line with everyone else. That I get, because before, like, I own Cyberpunk, I share to this Xbox in this room. I can't play Cyberpunk on mine, and they play Cyberpunk on my home at the exact same time, because it'll say you're already playing it over here, type of thing. So that is how it was on Xbox. So now that's also how it is on Nintendo, instead of letting you do both at the same time. I take it all back. Thank you for the explanation.
I thought on Xbox you can do it at the same time.
I don't think so. It normally says your key is being used on the other console.
It depends. It depends.
No.
If you're logged in,
Xbox you can do it at the same time.
Yeah, if you're logged in as you
accounts
on your on your non-home Xbox and playing a game,
That's it.
the person on your home Xbox can play the same game.
can play it as well on their account.
If you're logged in on your home, on their account.
Okay.
If you're logged in on your home
back.
Xbox,
Screw Nintendo. That is a bad change, because it used to be. So now they're home. They're home. You've corrected me once again, John. I thank you very much. So it used to be the regular home share. I own it. I play it while I'm logged in on me. You don't own it, but you play it while you're logged in on you on my home device.
The home console.
And they took that away. That's bullshit.
At the same time is what they took away.
But it is the same time on the other consoles.
Yes, the other consoles allow same time. Nintendo no longer does, but Nintendo does have the digital ending.
Yeah, but the digital ending shit.
Oh, no, I don't mind the digital ending.
Absolutely.
I don't mind it.
Stinky shit.
The only
It's a
part...
bad change.
Can you calm your negative Nintendo nature right now?
I'm really enjoying Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's very stupid and fun, and I'm enjoying it.
The only part that I technically don't like about Nintendo's new sharing is that the consoles have to be near each other at the start. That just feels like Xbox's initial check-in. Remember how Xbox was going to have this thing where you have to be connected to the internet the first time?
Mm-hmm.
It feels like that. That's the only part that annoys me. But aside from that, I don't know. I still like the idea that I can just digitally lend a game to someone who... So, you know, if my brother's Switch isn't my home console, I can still lend him a game. I think that's pretty good. Thanks to the family thing. I still think that's pretty good. And the next time we see each other, Jesse, we'll have to touch switches. So that way we don't have to worry about the digital lending bullshit again next time. But yes.
Nick, what other
God,
things? What other positives do you have to say? Like you would love, after ruining it, and so they'll probably never give it to you online. You would love to review the Ocarina of Time remake, wouldn't you? That would be great.
Oh my God, Ocarina of Time
Positive
remake.
Nintendo leaks. See, anyone watching?
Yeah, Ocarina of Time remake. Oh my God, that'd be so amazing.
I would like to play through and review a Super Metroid remake if one was to ever exist. I apologize for people who like spoiling things for you,
Yes.
Nintendo. I don't think that's right. Like Nick,
I have currently sold my Tears of the Kingdom Switch to a friend in preparation for a potential Zelda-themed Switch 2 console. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Nick never has any money to buy anything if it's not Nintendo or Apple.
Apple, my God. Apple stuff is so expensive. But yes, I've just now got to time it so that after I buy the Zelda Switch 2, I then have to sell my DayOne Switch 2. Because I don't think there's a need to own 2 Switch 2s. I don't think the rest of my family play it often enough to justify having 2 of them. But yes, very much looking forward to that rumored Ocarina of Time remake. Old school Zelda. Love it. Love it. Little bit tired of the open world stuff. The quasi Ubisoft formula in Zelda. Little bit over it. What were we talking about? This grew from a FanFest.
Every time we talk about
from a
Xbox
FanFest discussion.
Yeah, we barely talked about the showcase. We barely talked about FanFest. We mostly talked about exclusives. As happens.
I think the conversation went where it went. Like, let's not stress about it. Yeah.
Let's not go all the way back.
Let's start up the next
not worry about
conversation, which will somehow come around to exclusives again.
Well, speaking of exclusive, the one thing about the return of Xbox that does feel very Xbox coded again is the new Fanta Xbox collaboration, which sees the return of many a horrifically bright orange player skin come to Xbox games near you.
Yeah.
Woo! I mean, this feels very Mountain Dew 360 coded to me.
Oh yeah, it's cool. I wish it was.
Right?
I would have preferred it was like Pepsi Max, but oh well. I don't really drink Fanta anymore. But for those of you wondering, you don't actually have to buy any of those drinks to get those rewards. You can just jump on the website and do it. I've already got myself a Forza Horizon 6
Fanta car
car
livery.
skin, the Fanta
They're
car
called-
livery thing.
Yeah, liveries. You got to say the right word or people get mad. And frankly, did you fix the image, John? The original image they had the ugliest Halo skin I've ever seen. It was the wrong one. Somehow, in the friggin' original blog post, they had the wrong skin. That doesn't look horrible.
I'm waiting to get I'll get the Fanta one. I got the Oreo one. Did you guys ever get the Oreo Halo Infinite skin?
Maybe.
I did.
The Halo Infinite
Infinite
system for changing your skins was so bad that I barely ever.
Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah, it was so slow.
It was terrible. Like whoever thought that up, like, dude, seriously.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
It was not good at all. But you can only claim one a week. So I went to claim the Halo one straight away, and it's like, nah, you got to wait a week. So now I've got to wait a week for the Halo skin. I'm not interested in the Diablo thing or the World of Warcraft one.
There's Call of Duty though. You might be into.
Yeah.
I mean, you get it for free every year.
I just wanted it for Chief and Forza Horizon 6.
Chief
since
Beef.
I'll be getting Forza Horizon 6. But yeah. Yeah. Xbox Australia are very good to me.
That's nice.
What should we talk about next?
There's a lot of horrible news.
Yeah, we could talk about some horrible news. There's all of the layoffs.
John, we're approaching 2 hours.
There's not a lot of questions on the forum. It's fine. Or form. They're both pretty light this week.
Oh, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with quick shows.
I know. I'm just saying. We can talk about whatever we want.
why don't we talk about the Elizabeth Taylor of the video game industry? You like that one?
Yeah, it's good.
Jason Blundell has opened up another studio after the other one closed down that Sony closed down. Jason Blundell reveals his third studio, Magic Fractal. Yeah, I'm not too sure how many studios this bloke is going to open.
Lucky him.
It seems like that's just the thing that he does. Is just open studios.
I mean,
Like,
I have questions about where the hell are you getting all your funding from, bro?
yes, and at what point, are people gonna not care, and be like, well, how long before this studio is closed? Do you know what I mean? Like, after 7 or 8 marriages, maybe Elizabeth Taylor should have been like, am I the problem? Do you know what I mean? Like, at what
Not
point,
the type of person to care.
At what point do you maybe start to question yourself? Marriage 5, marriage 6, marriage 7,
maybe I'm the
marriage
problem.
8. Maybe I'm the issue. So, how many studio opens and closes are we going to have before Jason's like, maybe I'm not great at running a studio? You know, I don't know. Oh, man.
That's some good shit.
Anyway.
Best of luck.
Yeah, hopefully third time's a charm. Hopefully.
Well, this one doesn't seem tied to Sony.
Well,
So
that's
who knows
that's one.
if that's
That's
positive or
one
negative.
positive in terms of avoiding closure.
I mean, having one of the biggest publishers out there behind you generally should be a good thing.
Should
It
be.
has not been for the last 20 years for many companies, but, how could Series S do that?
Yeah. The tools weren't ready. But not only do we have new studios being opened, we also have, Sony fresh off the back of closing Jason's previous studio, as well as closing Bluepoint, the beloved Bluepoint. Sony has bought a studio.
A tech studio who focus on
And they were very clever
AI.
in their release, in their statement, by using the terms machine learning as opposed to AI, because they know the reaction that the term AI gets. So they bought Cinemersive Labs. Now, if you go to Cinemersive Labs' website, they literally mention generative AI and AI and shit. Like, that is what this studio does.
It's all AI and machine learning. Like, that is computer vision is what they call it.
Yes. So there's cool stuff on there, like takes a 2D image and turns it into a full 3D thing. Like, really clever stuff.
Yep. Very useful as well for trying to... The thing that companies need to do now in the AAA space, which is spend less to keep making incredible looking games.
Yes.
Because people demand things look expensive. They also demand them way faster. But, yeah.
And that's what I said on Twitter to someone, that I replied to them going, this is 100% an investment in Sony trying to make games cheaper and faster without sacrificing what they're known for. So remember, we talked about this a few weeks back. It's like Sony's backed themselves into a corner here. They can't not really continue to create games with industry-leading visuals, but at the same time, they also can't afford to keep spending $200-400 million on games that don't sell enough copies to justify that cost.
Or
They've
even when
gotta
they
start
do,
finding...
they've got to give a ton of it to Marvel.
Yeah, so they need to find a way, if possible, to make their games cheaper without compromising. This acquisition is a clear signal that, hey, this is one way we intend to make our games cheaper without sacrificing the visual quality that they are known for.
We talked about it a lot before. Remember, Nick? Like when the leak happened on Insomniac, and they're like, wow, Hellblade 2 looks amazing. We need Wolverine to look like that. I'm like, no! It's such a small scope for Hellblade compared to your huge scope for your open world superhero stuff that Hellblade could never match. You shouldn't try to match like this. Hellblade was a highly honed small scope machine that they did really well with. You guys are ballooning. Don't try and match the small scope. Don't try and match the small scope's best parts 1-to-1. Maybe be influenced and say we're going to do stuff, but we keep running into that where people say they want companies to be smarter and reuse assets and whatnot. And you see people try and make a big deal out of Halo campaign involved reusing infinite assets. It's like people who cover games say that they really want these AA games. We need them back. But then AA games come out and they're like, that doesn't look like Spider-Man. It doesn't look as good as The Last of Us. I can't do it. It feels cheap. It's like then you don't actually want solid AAA. You want top tier AAA on everything. Like I think that hits Microsoft a lot, where they do try to scope to a point, and they're not going crazy spending 50, 70, 80 million on motion capture alone. Like they're trying to properly scope. Where a game like The Outer Worlds 2 is a nice step up for Obsidian. It's still not a hair on the ass of a friggin' Uncharted, because they're not going for that. They're focusing more on the gameplay systems and the writing and all the other things. But the people who cover stuff, no matter how much they ever say to the opposite, really focus on things feeling expensive. And this is the type of move you have to make when you want your shit to still look and feel expensive without never making money on half the things you publish.
I'm just curious if certain people in the media will have the same energy kept. The people that were so anti-AI and anti-generative AI and keep your co-pilot shit out of our fucker.
You know what it is?
We'll see how much they care about AI now.
As it hits, some will have the energy for a day. That's always a difference. Like when Nintendo doesn't do much. Like they're generally fine. They're really well liked by their employees, all that type of stuff. They don't have many controversies or anything like that. But when PlayStation does all the time lately, they don't last very long. You see that? Nintendo is positive. They don't last very long with PlayStation. They are very, holy shit, they go just as high and immediately tail off. Whereas Xbox can still get shit 15 years later for something. It never ends. And that is the tax that people then conflate with, people just hate it. It's no. Shit just really lingers for one that doesn't linger for the other, so it will not linger for Sony here.
No, like I said, it's clearly an investment acquisition to hopefully make games cheaper for themselves down the road,
which makes sense.
It is what it is. That's But I found it clever. I found it funny how Sony acknowledged the fact that people hate the term AI. And they didn't use it once in that statement. Not once. Even though the studio itself has it all over its website.
Yeah, because computer vision is like machine learning, AI models. And the biggest issue with all of it is the same thing we always talk about, where AI became the catch-all for everything. Where everything that is very useful, like you can look at the, there's a new machine learning thing coming out from NVIDIA that actually looks amazing. It takes the 6.5 gigs of textures in the VRAM down to under a gig. And people are trying to call it AI slop. It's not generative. It's learning from what's there and being able, through incredible math,
improving it,
to be able to squish it down so you save a ton of VRAM usage. It's what they were trying to go for with like sampler feedback streaming in a very, very different way. The whole neural rendering stuff. It's AI. It is. It's machine learning AI. It's all that. But it's not generative AI faking information and giving you shitty outputs that are like, there's very clear, people don't like AI writing, people don't like AI image generation, people don't like AI video generation. Voices. They don't like the voices very much. Those are very different from this. But people just lump it all together, and that's what ends up happening. So if you just call it computer vision, and you never say AI.
AI that tidies up code isn't the same as AI that's making an image based off other images. They're not quite the same thing.
Yeah. They're extremely different, but the companies that make them, the top tier people, keep conflating everything together. So like the Jensen Huangs and the especially one of the worst people on the planet, the Sam Altmans, just put everything together and try and make it like, I can't live with it. I couldn't raise my kid without AI. And then you read a chatbot and it's the dumbest shit that's completely wrong all the time. But he's trying to sell a product. And so that just colors everyone's opinion on every aspect of what it could ever be. Because shit sucks.
Yep. Okay.
That's it. He's had
Congratulations, Cinemersive. Best of luck. It's not the type of studio I think. Oh, I mean, they just shut down a VFX studio, but no idea what the financials or anything were behind that. But best of luck to Cinemersive.
Yep.
Well, the only other thing that is kind of a hot topic right now that you might want to touch on, like we've not written anything about it before we dive into community questions.
You guys don't care at all about Eidos losing up to half of its employees now after a couple of years with Embracer. Evil.
Isn't that the second time they've lost employees?
Yeah.
Third.
Yeah. I was about to say, like,
Really
the first time.
They feel to be on life support thanks to the work on Grounded 2, which they pitched and is still ongoing, and the work on Fable for them on their side, which I think reportedly has ended. But they had the game Nick showed me years ago that was supposed to be out later this year get canceled because it was going to take, another handful of months to come out, and Embracer was afraid they wouldn't get all their money
But now
back.
they're saying it might be back on, that game.
I hope so. It looked cool as
That
shit.
Monster Hunter, Hunter-like, that kind of looked like Everwild as well.
Yep. Eidos is amazing. They're one of my favorite devs ever, and they keep getting screwed over. And I hate it.
That is two studios that I really did want Microsoft to acquire. Eidos Montreal and Crystal Dynamics.
And before people yell, they just be closed.
By.
I don't think they've closed any of the ones that they bought singular. They've only closed ones within the umbrellas that they bought of publishing arms, which also really sucked.
Yeah. Yeah. That's two that even to this day I wish they had acquired them.
Yeah.
Those two specifically.
Never mind.
We not that Microsoft is like the perfect publisher to be acquired by, but I feel like they're better.
There's
than
no
Embracer.
good one. There is not a good one.
They're better than
right
Embracer.
Now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's not.
It's
hard,
sort of
is
like, as opposed to good, bad, indifferent, we'll call it the best house in a bad street.
They're the house that's got a machine gun turret outside, so they can hold you off for a while.
It's a very big mansion. It's a very big mansion built on a house of AI slop.
Yay.
On the foundation of AI slop.
In brief news, Shift Up, the guys who made Stellar Blade, acquired Unbound, which is Shinji Mikami's new studio, the original creator of Resident Evil and Evil Within, and so on and so forth.
It's a weird announcement. It was originally, we're partnering. And then a couple days later, we've acquired.
Yeah, that was a weird announce. Cool. But the one I wanted to touch on, and it's not in our show notes here, but was do you remember the Halo art director that left some ominous messages on his LinkedIn? And now he's posted some stuff across his LinkedIn that is directly accusing Microsoft and Halo Studios of bullying and harassment and all sorts of
a year
other bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Apparently Microsoft have offered comment to Windows Central on this, where they've said, and I'm paraphrasing because I haven't got it in front of me, something along the lines of, we wouldn't comment on individual things, but we take all this stuff very seriously. That's effectively what they said.
I hear you.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't read good, because this isn't a contractor or, someone who's not been there for very long and, is a begrudged employee. This is someone who was the art director at Halo Studios. That is a high-level position. Yeah, it's a high-level position. So I do hope that whatever went wrong gets sorted pronto, and that they have, we're never going to hear anything directly on this because if it is confidential, then why would they?
Probably would from him.
But it doesn't sound good, does it? But yeah.
It's
I
always
don't know.
tough. You take it seriously. You don't dismiss it out of hand, but it's really hard to most people who comment on it are going to comment on it from the "I love Halo, I don't give a shit what he says," or the "I hate them, I'm going to go after it" type of. When the only reality is, it sounds horrible. If it did happen, I hope the best for him and everything moving forward. Otherwise, like it is hard to have an opinion on outside of if that happened, it's real shitty.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
It
do you
is.
think? The situation at Halo Studios feels weird. It feels like it sounds to me like an environment where there's constant clashes no matter where you look. Everyone wants the perfect working environment and isn't sure how to deal with any kind of friction. Because, like, we had people having these kinds of complaints under the old management.
Yep.
And now we have the similar complaints under the new management. So how much of it is the management versus how much of it... So we had long-time people leave under Bonnie, and there were complaints about Bonnie and Kiki and all that sort of stuff. But now we have other long-term people who are now leaving under Pierre. So it's like, okay, so did this guy just really... Was he one of the ones that really got along with Bonnie? And now clashes with Pierre, and the others were the opposite. Like, I don't know. It just feels like across this studio's entire history, there's just been this weird environment of just personality clashes that people don't know how to move on from and just get the work done.
The thing
That's
I
how it
hate
feels.
The thing I hate about all of this is that you hear one encoded without any context or details side, and then we're just off. You know, like that's it. Like the assumptions are made, the die is cast, so on. And don't get me wrong, Halo Studios have definitely not done themselves any favors, you know, be it the 343 era or now, in terms of like sometimes how they message stuff. It's just, as a Halo fan, I'm like, ugh, I don't want to hear any studio drama. I just want a really good feature complete Halo game at launch again. I want to see Halo return to the glory days of the past.
A return to
feels
form.
like, yeah, it feels like constantly there is something not relevant to the game that is getting in the way of that achieving that goal. I know that is an entirely selfish
If you're
outlook.
tied into the industry, most people have no idea.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
But this is why I'm saying it just feels like a history of personality clashes that people don't know how to move on from. Like almost every studio probably has stuff like this, like it. Maybe not as bad, or maybe a different scenario, whatever. Every studio has it, but I feel like we hear way more about it with Halo. But on the surface, all I see is under 343 and Bonnie, it was like a mess. You could visually see it was a mess. All I've seen under Pierre is shit getting cleaned up and shit getting done. So maybe he's just one of those bosses that rubs people up the wrong way, but makes sure that shit gets done. So it's like, well, okay, maybe these people that are pissed off now were happier under Bonnie, but I don't know, man. Shit was a disaster under Bonnie. Under Pierre, okay, maybe a lot of people are being rubbed up the wrong way. Maybe he's abrasive. Maybe he's really stern. Maybe he's really fucking stubborn. As far as I can tell, shit gets done.
I still haven't
Pierre,
forgiven
so-
Halo Studios for not including me in the hands-on digital take-home preview of Halo Campaign Evolved. So
It's funny. One of the people who I saw talking about it is like, I don't even remember playing it. I was like, great they brought you there, person from Giant website.
yeah, I know, right? It's fine. But anyway, we'll see what happens with that. I'm sure that will be a hot topic this week, in the week ahead.
It's just, it's whenever it's slow, single source stories take off. Like, until I see an actual story, like, there's only a couple of actual investigative journalists. A story like this, even if it's a main source, is still only one person. So in the realm of media coverage, it shouldn't mean that much. But in modern media coverage, and in fact, throughout history, it means a ton. So we'll keep seeing stuff. One side will never comment. The other side will just keep saying what they say. And depending on how you feel, you're going to go with one or the other without having any actual idea of what happened, which is the annoying part. Could be completely true. Could be partly true. Could be not true at all. None of us will ever know, and it won't matter in how people talk about it. Nick.
You know who we don't rub up the wrong way? Our patrons.
And members.
They're all
Our main
and our members.
members. When patrons, you're cool. Members, you rule.
Patrons need to become members now. That is
Yeah,
my
you're just-
recommendation.
rule.
You are handing
and
13%
patrons.
of your money to Patreon for no reason.
Yeah, don't do that. Become a day one member instead.
Yeah. We don't do anything to piss off our members and our patrons. They all
we?
love the rebrand unanimously.
Yep, that's true.
I guess you could say we're like the Pierre Heinz of Xbox era.
I have to say, like, now we're 2 months on from the rebrand, and really good news for folks is that after lots of hard work of doing all the Google stuff,
Mostly you and Kat.
we are being
I did
served
a little
back
bit.
in the Google algorithms once again, which is very, very nice to see.
The amount of
Yay.
work you did, Nick, was eclipsed by them in 2 hours of every day. Like they've been writing a lot. I have not. I've been reviewing a lot because I'm selfish.
But it's great that so many of our patrons are making that transition over to being members. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And if you guys could keep doing that, that would be awesome for us.
Playday.1/memberships.
If it's awesome for us, it is then in turn awesome for you.
Yeah, John and I have some. We got some movie commentaries we got to do eventually, John. We've promised.
I know.
From all the previous Sub-a-thons, we still had 4, so I didn't put it up for the new one because it would have felt like a slap in the face as an incentive. But we'll figure some stuff out.
I think we should do Sick and Nick's Flicks next week
Go see Project Hail Mary. We're in.
with Super Mario and Hoppers.
No,
Not watching either
just
of
the
those.
movies you've seen. Go watch Project Hail Mary, you big jerk.
I'm not watching
I
Mario.
just watched. That's it. I've done my one movie for the 6-month period.
I love you, Nintendo.
Okay, I don't know
Congratulations on the 300 million. I don't want to watch Mario.
Maybe we do Send Help and Project Hail Mary.
I've seen lots of it now from looking over when it was on.
Send Help, Sam Raimi movie. It's great.
It looked good.
It's really, really good. I liked it a lot. Rachel McAdams is good in it. She's a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
But one of the many perks, speaking of perky things, one of the many perks of being a member / patron of day one is that you get to ask us community questions, which we'll read on the show as quick as possible because John has to go.
He's fine.
So,
No, it's fine. You got time. There's no stress. No stress.
we're at the form to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
First question. Consistently frequent question asker, TiberiusMonk.
Who is not a monk, I asked.
Hello, Day One Show. Hope you're all doing well and that your Day One Spring Subathon for Summer Games Fest and Gamescom was a huge success. Last week, I asked you to name 1 or 2 cancelled or concluded TV shows that you would love to see return as a video game. This week, I would like to flip that around. Name 1 cancelled and long inactive video game series you would like to see adapted into a TV show. How would you like to see the show developed? Would it be live action or animated? And who would you pick as the showrunner? Also, Mortal Kombat 2 comes out next month. Please, Hollywood, let it be good. Carl Urban feels like perfect casting for Johnny Cage, so don't mess that up. Take care, everyone. Keep up the great work. And ciao. I like this question too. And my pick as TV show is Crackdown.
Ooh.
I think with the superhero, like Invincible, The Boys, like we've got all this superhero stuff. Crackdown as a show. I reckon it'd be cool.
Super powered good people.
I'm like, it has
Yeah,
to
like,
be.
well, think about how many cop shows we have. This is a superhero cop show. Isn't that what it? Well, that's what it would be. Like we have cop shows, we have superhero shows. Why don't we have a superhero cop
I mean,
show?
Crackdown has about as much story as a Mario game, so it is a pretty blank slate.
That's right. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Just get Terry Crews
Costs a
in
lot
there.
of money.
Get Terry Crews in there, mate.
James
Fucking
will
no
be in the
stress.
chat.
It's pretty old.
Titanfall as a TV show.
Yeah, but what would it be about?
The war between the IMC and the other guys. I know you probably skipped every cutscene, but there is story to Titanfall 2. And even Titanfall 1 had a story.
Titanfall 1 had a story which they fed you as you were playing.
Yeah. And then 2 had the actual campaign for it. Yeah.
I reckon I've stumbled onto some gold there with Crackdown.
I would want
Superhero cop show.
I would want to see MDK just to see what that stupid suit would look like in real life.
Such a cool game. Such a cool video game. I'd like a full-blown remake of MDK. That to me feels
That- yeah,
right.
that does
Given
not-
modern controls,
The controls are so bad; they do not hold up.
they're so horrible.
Well, because
They're
especially I
horrible.
played it on the Dreamcast first, and it was
Me
the face buttons to move. Wasn't it? Oh,
that was
God.
the worst. But it was such a cool game. Like that full-blown remake, ground up, modern-day controls, MDK, and that would be owned by Microsoft, wouldn't it?
I think that's one of those franchises that has so many people that have touched it that they probably don't even know.
It was shiny. Who owns the shiny stuff now?
I don't know.
Oh, I need to find this
So
out.
it's not
'cause if
public.
Microsoft
According to Reddit, it was not owned by a singular entity. Interplay and others all had rights to it, so it's one of those ones where it's like impossible to find out who actually owns it. Kind of like no one lives forever.
Okay, I think right now it would be. God, who would it be?
That's
it was
the
Atari
problem.
at some point. Yeah, it was even Atari at some point. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no
So
one
who the
can-
hell knows who's got shiny now?
Yeah, it's really hard to know who owns what. Like it's really hard.
Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. Oh my God! Listen to this.
Yes, my son.
You know. What? No, this can't be right. This cannot be right. Do you know what shiny became?
Not
Double
shiny.
helix.
Oh,
Wow.
What the? Am I reading this right?
screw
No
you, Amazon, for
way.
closing Double Helix.
That would be an unbelievable twist. If shiny became double helix. What the fuck? Maybe I'm misreading that Wikipedia
Double
entry.
Helix Games was formed as a result of the merger between The Collective and Shiny Entertainment, owned by Foundation.
Yeah,
9.
holy shit. Oh my God, that's a double blow. That means Amazon probably owns most of that shit. Oh God, okay. Well, that's a shame.
Boom, boom.
Next question. Luke Lohr.
Who's that?
Good friend
It's
of the
from
show.
the expansion pass.
Ah, the X Pass.
Yeah, he also ditched Xbox because Xbox sucks.
Kidding, you just got X in the name more now.
Like we did. We rebranded because we love PlayStation and Nintendo now and hate Xbox. Aren't we supposed to be neutral? We know Xbox is having a showcase this summer alongside SGF. Do you anticipate PlayStation having one? Separately, how was the Sub-a-thon?
Sub-a-thon was horrible, and no. I'm kidding. Sub-a-thon was great.
I would expect probably a state of play. When did we have a state of play? February?
Yeah, they do state of plays pretty often in late May. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they'll-
he's
they'll
asking
probably have
a
one.
showcase,
No.
a PlayStation.
they haven't done a showcase since what, 2022?
I suspect that showcases are now a console thing. I suspect that they will only have showcases
Next
now
year,
for
yeah.
when they're launching a console. And
This-
that's it.
They had their last two showcases. The second last one was pretty good, and then the last one was not. But they've had a lot of really good state of play since then. But people want the one
And
big
this is the
showcase. Yeah.
Like Sony's first party output now just can't support a showcase every year or a showcase like it just can't. for them to build up enough stuff to have in a really good showcase, you're talking about having one every what? I say that
You got to go through this quick because the next question is a book.
Okay, I'm just saying, you say that, but like it all depends on your expectations of a showcase. To me, I don't have ridiculous expectations of a showcase, so they could probably have a nice blend of a handful of first-party stuff and some third-party stuff. But
They've had years
like
where if they took a couple of their state of plays, they had a good showcase.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I've said that before too. And I feel like they've set expectations. Their fan base has just ridiculous expectations of what a showcase should be, and that's why they've probably started to shy away from it.
They shouldn't, based on their last E3 one.
Yeah.
You remember the one where they were going between the 4 places just playing music?
Oh,
yeah. That wasn't great.
I think that one did a lot of damage too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And they have canceled so much, it's probably pretty hard to do a whole one.
Yeah. I suspect they'll just have state of plays going forward until a console launches. So the next one will be for the PS6. The Sub-a-thon was good. We've mentioned it a few times.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun. Amazing.
And
great fun.
If you still want to give anything you give to the streamlabs.com/Xbox era/tip. Yes, it's always going to be the old name because YouTube doesn't let you change it, and it's tied to the YouTube. Every penny you give goes right towards that goal for getting 4 of us to SGF and 5 of us to Gamescom. It's going to be a lot of money. So thank you. And the pennies things goes away if someone does a donation.
Yeah. Make it go away, someone. Make it go away.
Yeah. Next question.
Next novel.
itzFinn. Good evening / morning DayOne crew. Hope your week is well. And happy Artemis 2 launch.
Yeah.
To the moon. Seeing Xbox Showcase and FanFest being announced has me more optimistic for Xbox as a platform and publisher, with new / old blood coming into the fray with Asher Sharma and possibly more to come. But one thing I've noticed is Sony scrubbing off anything of PC from PlayStation besides Nix's software and then refocusing on their platform. It had me thinking, why can't Xbox just stop publishing their first-party titles on PlayStation, which already created headaches inside of Xbox and fans as well? John and Jesse, I know your answer to this, but for a brief moment, zip it.
No.
And if Microsoft is trying to steer clear of the AI bubble to explode and refocus on their brand products, Windows and Xbox, safe to assume, I think they need to refocus on their platform and fans. And maybe start to blacklist / muzzle some folks who are trying to drag Xbox as a brand and spewing out bullshit. That includes leakers as well. Yes, Nick.
Fuck you, Nick.
I am also referring to you as well. Nate, the hate can't be shield because eventually he'll get clipped and be told to stop that or else. If Microsoft
he
has
hasn't
to
broken
act
a single NDA,
evil,
he's fine.
If Microsoft has to act a bit evil in the eyes of the press with Xbox, so be it. And I don't mind if some Xbox employees clap back at some journalist / creators for saying the wrong thing. Boy, I love me some mayhem and insanity for folks saying wrong things and being corrected. Long-winded write-in, but what / how would you like to see for Xbox to change beside brand image and development? My answer, if Sony doesn't care for PC users, don't worry, they'll come crawling back in a year or 3. Then Xbox should take advantage of it with Steam / Epic Games for next generation console. Cheers and have a good weekend to all. P.S. Is it weird that I'm playing a lot of Forza Motorsport in preparation for Forza Horizon 6? Something I'm still thinking about while playing it.
Shockingly enough, the weekend is now over after that question. Yeah. And no, it makes sense to play Forza Horizon, Forza Motorsport 2023, whatever year it was, because it's the updated driving model, which I have no idea what it feels like. John will let us know on April 8th. Shut up, John. Don't even look. You're not on Instagram posting your preview early.
Nope. I will say, like, reading that question, like that whole question about the whole
was there a
PlayStation
question?
Removing PC references. If I'm Nix's software, I'm like, are we okay right now? Do you know what I mean?
Imagine if they bought and closed both Nix's and Bluepoint. That would legitimately piss me off.
If Nix's got shut down,
there's no reason to think they would. Because as is, the reporting was still big single player stuff. So the live service stuff, Marvel Tokon, all that's still going to PC. So it's not that PC doesn't exist anymore. It's just that they want more incentives for people to stick around on PS6 hardware. But they know live service stuff needs PC. So Nixus should still have work. And hopefully more time, because they obviously didn't have that much with Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. In answer to itzFinn's question, I do agree to a degree. Like, we've... Talking generally, Microsoft do seem to be a lot more blasé with who, how, and why they deal with press, creators, etc. They're just like, here's all the codes, go nuts.
They're a lot more. It's amazing when you're smaller and you're newer. They're amazing and the best to work with.
Yeah,
the big
they really will. They will support a tiny channel a lot of the time and give you guys, give people a chance.
Even a little channel that gives a 6.5 to Gears Tactics, a solid 7.5 of a game.
Yeah, and it's like, at the same time, I understand the attitude from a lot of fans out there to be like, just stop giving these huge outlets the opportunities that you give and start giving them to the smaller ones, because on one hand they'll be saying, hey, we've got this first and blah 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 blah, and then the next headline on their socials will be like, this is bullshit fan says about insert Xbox game here. And it's like this butting up of ideals of creator content versus press.
Well,
it's just...
John, it's happened twice in a row. What was the IGN first for March, John?
I don't know. What was it?
Zoom zoom. Forza Horizon 6. What's the IGN first for April?
Yeah.
Diablo 4, Lord of Hatred. They're all in.
Yeah.
But that's what I never understood. Like, you said, they can turn around and say, oh, small outlets, but do they not realize that if they were to, they can actually help those small outlets become big outlets?
I've literally had this conversation with someone fairly high up in PR at a company, not specifically Microsoft, and I'm like, do you guys understand, like, the way the internet works nowadays is if, for example, we were to be given the first hands-on preview for Fable. I'm just putting this out of my arse, right?
That would help us grow massively.
Right. It would change our website overnight for months, like in terms of visibility, Hrefs, search results, clicks, revenue, all of that jazz. It would put us on the map to so many new people. And the reality is that IGN and all the big websites would cover it anyway. That is just how the internet works. They would see the story, they would reference it, it would
They
be
have
a story.
kind of done it when they bought Xbox On from the Yogcast. So have you ever seen the Xbox On YouTube channel? Charlie had... I forget her last time. I'm very
It's
sorry,
Xbox
Charlie.
UK.
Yeah, it is an Xbox channel. It's owned by Microsoft, and it's pretty big. So they did it there, but for a lot of the other stuff, it has focused more on, they're already established, they're the biggest of the big. Where the reality is, with the way the answer engine optimization, it's not even SEO anymore, it's AEO. If you can give an answer of what this thing is that somebody asks, you can just backlink, and no one ever does a follow link. You can just backlink to the original source, and they're gonna do it because it's gonna get a lot of hits. Like, here's the new Fable information from True Achievements or whoever they give it to, like their big site, some smaller site, like friggin' Xbox Era when they exist. Like you can give it there, and everyone's going to pick it up because they have to, because that is just how everything works. There's new info, and you link to it.
I had that conversation with a PR person, and they were like, yeah, but there are also the inter-office politics of the boss man at the developer is like, we've got this option between channel A with 35,000 subs and 70,000 followers on socials and 100,000 followers here, or channel B, 14.2 million. And the reality is that if their job is to mitigate risk and get their game seen by as many people as possible, they're always going to pick the bigger.
Yeah, but it's the lawbreaker situation, isn't it?
Yeah. And that's the argument I made. It's like
it's basically the lawbreaker situation. Oh yeah, 14.2 million IGN. Yeah, but most of IGN's audience hates Xbox. So I would argue you're going to be more effective on True Achievements website or their YouTube channel or Xbox Era's now /DayOne YouTube, because they are an audience that gives a fuck about Xbox and genuinely likes it. So same way Lawbreakers would have done better. I'm not saying it would have been a massive success, but Lawbreakers would have done better on the smaller Xbox One install base. Why? Cliffy B, multiplayer first-person shooter. That's your audience, Xbox One, not PlayStation 4. It's the same. It's the same argument, and the funny part is, I know for a fact that there are people within Xbox that don't like a lot of these outlets.
Yep, that is also. And
true. Don't like the way Xbox is covered on these outlets, and yet at the same time they won't then support the smaller outlets that do cover Xbox properly and help them grow to become big Xbox that covers Xbox properly, big outlets that cover Xbox properly. It's a vicious cycle that only they can end.
Yep,
they're the only ones that can end it. It's just weird.
Yep. And SJ Jub in the chat, the Xbox On crew are great. Yeah, they are. Yep, they are all very, very good at what.
Yeah, and don't take that as a hit at them. It's just like letting people know they have tried doing it in some ways.
Yep.
For some reason, somebody just DM'd me a YouTube video called "Look Maxing Made Me Gay." It ruined my life on the thumbnail.
Look maxing.
Wow,
that's that look maxing shit, man. Okay, on to the forum, because we are now at the 2.5 hours that John wanted. Jesse, brother.
I agree with this one.
Happy podcast 308, you fools. Speaking of fools, what is the lamest April Fool's Day joke you can remember? Damn it, I hate April 1st. God, none of them really stick out to me.
Yeah, they're just ones that are... There was one, somebody posted, update for Batman Arkham Knight, 60 FPS 4K patch for PS5 and Series X, and at that point...
I saw that one.
I just want to rip your spine out from inside your throat. I hate April 1st. It is the worst. As somebody, and John can attest, as somebody who has to keep an eye on news to try and get things out there to cover for our audience and get Google to remember we exist again, April 1st was the worst. Worst day.
Yep.
Thank God no one did a Maximo 3.
Yep.
I would have died on my ass.
I
would have lost it.
We nearly did announce and have a whole article ready and artwork ready for PlayStation Era just for laughs, but...
I vehemently did not want that.
We're going to go where the audience is.
PlayStation Era. Like all the things.
I respect
it's clear to us
drag.
now that PlayStation's the best place to play and all of that stuff. Proper fanboy shit.
Next question. 99 Rukin. Hello, Nick and Friends podcast. I like this name. I'm really digging this name. Let's start off by saying this. I know I've talked about Xbox buying the Dead Space IP on Nexon a lot. For once, I'm going to talk about an acquisition I don't want to see happen. Oh. I don't even want Microsoft buying this company, and that company is Epic. Hey, that's the one I say they should buy. Hear me out. There was a rumor going around that Disney wanted to buy Epic for Fortnite. I'm going to tell you why that's bad. Everyone's talking about Fortnite, but no one's talking about Unreal. What's stopping Disney from getting more revenue shares from studios and publishers that use that engine? Yes, big publishers like Microsoft and Sony would be able to switch to in-house engines like the Decima engine and the Forza Tech engine, but not indie studios. This is much worse than people think. Thoughts?
I mean, even they wouldn't be able to switch easily.
But isn't that... I mean, I've said in the past that instead of ABK, I've argued they should have bought Epic. And to me, that's a good thing because Microsoft is more open. So Microsoft would just build Unreal Engine into PlayFab. That any developer can just use it and it can all talk to their back-end stuff. And I think Microsoft, if someone big is going to buy Epic, I would argue Microsoft's probably the perfect choice for Epic. I would argue.
Is Tim Sweeney looking to be bought? I mean, it's also...
No, I'm just...
But I'm saying, like...
We're just talking about a rumor here.
Because it's Tim Sweeney and a lot of NetEase, and a lot of Disney.
Even some of Sony. Even some of Sony.
Like, I don't know. It would be... I don't think there would be any incentive in then making them prohibitively expensive.
I'm just saying, best house in a bad street situation. Of all the big publishers, I would argue that Microsoft is the best one for Epic, mostly because of PlayFab. PlayFab is what makes that acquisition smart, and Microsoft is open. They're not going to lock down Fortnite. They're not going to lock down Rocket League. If anything, they might help them grow more.
I see in the chat, no Microsoft should buy no one anymore. We're in the dip. So we're in the dip where things stop getting bought. Once it starts going back up again, Microsoft's one of the main people who buy people. Like they will find things they want to buy. They will buy things in the future. They're just not for a while.
I agree with you. Morns, I have no idea how to say that.
There's not that many companies who could even buy Fortnite. They're if they're 30, 40
I'm
million,
not saying,
50 billion. Sorry.
I'm not saying I want Microsoft to buy Epic. Just in the context of this hypothetical question, I'm saying that Microsoft would be the best choice. They are the ones that I wanted them to buy prior to ABK. I thought ABK was the bad choice. I would have preferred Epic.
There was no better choice at the time than getting the... so the main thing about it is it's almost always about IP ownership, and Epic doesn't have that many, besides Fortnite, which has seen a precipitous drop and is mostly tied to other IP. Like people used to care quite a bit about the Fortnite lore. I do think all of their collaborations and stuff have kind of broken that in a way where I don't hear my kids caring about it much anymore.
It's too many at once. It's way too many at once.
That was the thing. I don't think most people realize kids really like the lore behind these games. They really like the lore behind Dead by Daylight. They really like the lore that people build up in their Roblox games. They really like the lore of each season of Fortnite and stories they're building to and shit. Like IP ownership is everything. It's why you won't see companies just sell an individual studio, because they don't want to give up Dead Space. They don't want to give up Mass Effect. They don't want to give up the IP. That's as important as the studio. Microsoft buying Epic, they're not that entertainment focused at all. And Epic's big thing with their engine getting more and more into movie production, so that you can render your shit in real time and see it all as you're doing it, is more of a Sony thing, but Sony couldn't afford them. Like, if Epic's actual price is like 50 billion.
Yeah, about 50 billion.
Yeah, Sony doesn't have that, and it wouldn't make any sense for them. It would be dumb. Sony is already doing okay in entertainment. They got a smart
I also
setup.
think the development community would benefit from Microsoft buying Epic. Like, PlayFab is quite a good platform. Yeah. Like, it is. Like, most like, even Capcom uses it. Like, PlayFab is a good platform. I feel like Microsoft could also help, especially via the coalition, help improve Unreal Engine and help develop it. Like, for Unreal, like imagine the coalition being involved in the creation of development of Unreal Engine 6.
Maybe it found good for open worlds.
And someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't GitHub in a really good place? And Microsoft owns that, don't they? It
varies. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I think Jez has said before that, like, Copilot for GitHub or something around that is like the good Copilot, because they use Copilot branding on everything, but it's distinct products within everything. Not everything from Microsoft is bad, and it has been interesting. Windows is actually getting good again. They've changed their focus and done that shit. So it's not like an Epic acquisition is guaranteed to be horrible. It's just not the type of thing that would happen for a very long time, nor do I think they'd probably want to, because they've never shown any real interest in getting into entertainment.
But that's where I think Microsoft's openness works in an acquisition like Epic. I think that's where their multi-plat focus and their openness actually works to the development community's benefit. Maybe I'm wrong in that, but it's just,
I have no idea.
That's why I've always thought Epic was a good choice.
All the devs watching, laughing at us. We're just saying things that we think. We don't know.
Yeah, it's an opinion. Yep. It's speculation.
Top says GitHub's uptime has been awful recently. Like I said, it comes and goes. Sometimes it's in the people who use it, who I know, are like, it's been great lately, and other times it's like, been kind of shit.
Okay, next question. G.
Oh, Towley?
Question: did you gents got the flu from flu season? I did, and man, it was rough.
Aw.
And it sucks to get pretty sick easily. But hey, chicken noodle soup and ginger ale soda sure did help a bit as your own medicine to cure your sickness. But your gents experience getting sick from the flu?
Let us answer before you
PS.
read the PS, because there's a question and then there's another question.
Okay.
I just got over a last hurrah of winter cold. It wasn't flu, but it's given me a bit of a bad cough. But I'm all right.
Garlic.
So
Garlic, mate. Garlic cures everything.
garlic does.
Garlic
cure
is the
everything.
best. I remember my job, when I first started at my job, they were doing free flu injections.
Ooh.
And I'd never had a flu injection to that point. And I was like, oh, cool, free flu injection. Oh, I'll get that. Got the flu injection. I was horrifically sick for 2 weeks. And I was like, I'm never getting the flu injection again. Haven't got it since. Have never had it since.
Yeah, when you get the bad reaction, that's when it sucks. A lot of times
Oh, God, I was so sick. I was so sick.
that
And
was
I'm
me
like-
with
and it's what-
the first COVID vaccine.
Yeah.
Hit me pretty hard.
Oh,
then
no, not the vaccine.
The booster knocked me out. But it was
Oh,
still
no,
a lot
the-
better
the-
than the one time I had COVID.
I was about to say the COVID vaccines didn't affect me at all like that. I didn't
No.
get sick, but when I did get COVID for the first time, fucking hell.
Yeah, it's not great. And
Felt like I'd been hit. Felt like I'd been hit by a truck.
the kid just had a really bad
COVID
flu,
fine.
and I was very scared of getting it because it was all in their chest. They've just been coughing nonstop. But Mrs. and I are all right. I literally yelled at them, "Hey, I love you. You're not getting us sick. Stay in your room. I'll bring you things
Quarantine
for a few
implemented.
days."
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, okay," because like they want it. They don't feel good, so they want to be around us. But I'm like, I love you, and I love being around you. You're great. Get away from us. We're old and fat. Come on.
Garlic and vitamin C. Garlic and vitamin C, mate. Pump 'em in. Pump 'em in. Especially the garlic.
This next question's for Nick.
The PS, any of you gents going to see Super Mario
yeah.
Galaxy movie with your kids? I sure am with my younger siblings and nephews, but your plans to see the movie with your family? Saw it last night, mate. Saw Super Mario Galaxy movie last night. Loved it.
Yep.
Loved
The
it.
man who hates cutscenes.
And I'm having an argument. I'm having an argument with fucking Ursel on Twitter right now. Ursel's like, that was the least Galaxy thing ever. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, it was more Odyssey than Galaxy. I'm like, there was 2 Odyssey cameos, and they were small as.
He wanted a little
The
tiny
rest of
planet they ran around. He wanted that. That's what
Yeah,
he means.
it sounds like he wanted the video game. It's
Yeah,
like,
no, it
dude,
is.
just go play the video game.
He talked about it yesterday. He wanted the little tiny planet they went around. If you're going to call it Galaxy, at least have a Galaxy level.
But, all right, spoilers, everyone. Spoilers, if any of you care. So maybe just tune out for the next, 30 seconds.
Jesus Christ.
The whole final part of the movie was on a planet, a Bowser planet. Like Super Mario Galaxy, a Bowser planet. Like, what's he talking about? Like,
Little tiny one?
everything was Galaxy coded. It had the star bits, and it had the Lumas, and it had Rosalina's big library ship thing from Galaxy. Like, what?
Knowing
is
you,
he
I thought you were going to
talking
say
about?
something else about her was big.
What is he talking about? The Star Fox. Like, I heard there was old people in the cinema, like my age, and I heard them go, "Oh my god, Star Fox!" I was so excited over Star Fox. Look, I loved Lilac Wars, and I loved Star Fox Adventures, and they're such cool games.
It's fun seeing
so
Star
happy about the
Fox's older
rumors.
games emulated, so they run at like 60.
It actually runs. It looks and runs great on the Switch too. The 64 version. And Glenn Powell is the voice of Star Fox. I thought he did a good job, and it was cool. Like, they just went out of, like, you could tell what they were doing. You could tell that they were setting up Star Fox for a new game. So
They weren't. It was actually they talked about it. Miyamoto said Illumination came to him and said, "We think Star Fox would fit really well for this." Like, it wasn't a Nintendo thing. It's what he says.
I haven't heard, but the rumor is that there's a new Star Fox
But
game.
yeah, there is.
And that's why
but I think that's probably why the Nintendo people were okay with it, because like, oh, this will help push our new game. But
Yes.
it was Illumination's writers and stuff coming to them and saying like, we think he'll be good directly from Miyamoto.
Yeah. Trav, he is. He's really good at Star Fox. And they, like, you could tell, they kept going out of their way to make him seem super fucking cool. Like, just this awesome dude. Like, he was talking to them, and then he's like, and I have these awesome space boots, and he puts them up.
And we can talk about it next time on Sick and Nick's Flicks. Next question from the
And
Didact.
then Toad looks at him, and he's like, oh, he touches them. He's
Didn't
like,
care.
"Oh."
Sorry, John.
And then when Star Fox walks away, Toad's like, he is the coolest dude I've ever seen. It was so good.
I mean,
I
like,
loved it.
Whatevs.
What?
Whatevs. Project Hail Mary's the better movie. You should have gone to see that.
My kids, if I said to my kids, do you want to watch Project Hail Mary? They'd be like, what the fuck is that? Like, they wanted to see the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Star Fox's cameo is fantastic, though. He's really good. And the R-Wing looks great. It's so good. Do I wait for Jesse to come back and help before I start the next question?
Just crack on. Crack on.
Next question. Didact 3. Hello, beautiful panel. I assume he's referring to just me. Acquisition season is back, with Sony going full on with AI stuff. The timing of this is really odd to me. 2 studio closes, price increases, and now this. Does Sony really believe that AI will reduce costs of their games? Maybe this is only related to PSSR. I don't know, but Sony is better at hiding this than MS. That the uncertain future of next gen is a big problem, and Sony pulling out of PC ports is a desperate move to gain attach rate on the PS6. Oh well, I mean, I do think that this studio. I mean, we talked about this earlier when we talked about this acquisition. I think it's a move to try and help reduce both cost and time on producing their big budget games without impacting the quality bar that is expected of them.
All of the next console hardware is going to rely heavily on upscaling techniques and DLSS and FSR module. All of that stuff is going to be front and center because it helps make games still look shiny. That's the primary
because
thing.
People
that
want their
sells
best
video
in class
games.
graphics all the time.
And it means that they can cheat their way to that end result effectively. So,
We need to get Chengus's piece out about it.
fake frames.
Yeah, how much he hates all of this upscaling and fake frame stuff. Because a game like Crimson Desert shows you can optimize for it.
Yep. I think the PC thing is interesting because there's still, obviously we don't have nothing official from PlayStation about that. I just think, the whole PC situation with PlayStation is weird because they never really fully jumped in with both feet and then turned around and went, oh, well, or allegedly turned around and went, well, it's not working for us, we're not going to do it. And it's like, well, you never really did it properly to know if it was going to work or not.
Yeah.
Like, had you gone in feet first and had a proper launcher set up with your cross-buy and cross-save and trophy support and had your games day one and all that, then if it still failed, then you can turn around and go, well, fuck, guys, we gave it our best shot. We couldn't have done it any better. And it didn't work out. So guess what? Console only now. But they sort of half-assed it. And when Steam and Epic kind of, and maybe a year later, maybe 3 years later, maybe 6 years later.
They've had a CEO change too. So at that point, things shipped. As we're seeing on the other side with the sex box.
It's the same scenario with Microsoft not really giving, hey, we've bought all these publishers, let's make everything exclusive wherever we can and see what it does for us as a platform. They just completely abandoned that idea before even really giving it a shot.
Yep.
Which is a shame.
Exactly. Same thing. Okay. Last question.
Last question.
Good old Collingwood. Hello, John, Nick, and Jesse. At the time of the podcast, I'll be getting ready to return home from Japan.
Oh, konnichiwa.
But I am writing this while I am still in Japan. So again, another question that is Japan focused. So recently, DayOne reviewed Super Meat Boy 3D. This was preceded by a promotion which featured a gamer who went crazy trying to progress through the game, which is a roundabout way of asking how close you got before going postal on a game you were playing.
What was the last one I had that with? Man, there's got to be something I've lost my mind while reviewing.
Well, I lost it playing Super Meat Boy, especially when my save got wiped.
It's definitely the game that's made me most go. Like
Trials HD was like that too.
Trials is a good shout.
Trials, they're very similar games. Trials HD where you just miss a fucking jump and you're just like, it's just you get so angry.
So true.
Cuphead, lost my shit at Cuphead. Yeah, they're probably the first three that come to
lowest
mind.
Reviews.
Eh?
I'm looking at my lowest reviews to see if one.
Why does it have to be your Lewis? I gave Super Meat Boy an 8.5.
A game that just really drove me.
Out.
Yeah, a game that drove me insane. Man, there's been a lot. I think. God, I don't want to make fun of any of them too much because it feels mean. Some reason, and it might have just been my brain, I really did not. Alan Wake 2's The Lake House DLC. Something about the way it was set up just did not work for me the first time through. And I still beat it in like 2 hours or something, mostly on stream.
Was that the first set of DLC?
No, that was the second one because the first one was amazing. The first one was the DLC that essentially linked the multiverse to Quantum Break.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I didn't like the second lot of DLC either.
Yeah,
I never even beat it.
I remember a couple of people at Remedy got really mad at me saying I could beat it in an hour. And the second time I went through, I beat it in 32 minutes. That one drove me insane. Not that it's horrible. Like, Janina Gavanka as the playable character, she did a great job. The concept's cool of, like, you can't fake art and all that type of stuff. But something about how it was set up in the level design just... It was driving me crazy.
Which one are we talking about now? I'm getting confused.
The Lake House is the one where you're the FBC, the Federal Bureau of Control agent, played by Janina Gavanka, who goes into this building that ends up having like all these weird paint creatures.
Yes, that one. That's the one I didn't like.
Yep. That was the second one. The first one was you're playing as different versions of the Jesse Faden actress within the Remedyverse. Like, because obviously she was also Beth in Quantum Break. So you're essentially, without ever mentioning Quantum Break, you're linking back to Quantum Break because Sean Ashmore is in it a lot, who was the star of Quantum Break. That one was amazing. I loved it. But The Lake House just did not hit for me, but I'm pretty sure it reviewed okay. Like, it wasn't as good a review as the first one. But yeah, so that's the one that comes to mind where it drove me. That VOD of me playing it on our channel is me going into madness. Really not liking it.
And as you all know, I loved Alan Wake 2.
Yeah, I loved it even more than you.
I don't know, man.
Trav's with me. The enemies in the lake house were so annoying. Yeah, it drove me crazy. I hated it.
How do you kill them? I still don't know how you actually killed them.
I don't remember. I gave it a 5.
I was shooting them and they weren't dying. So I assumed there was a trick for killing them.
I think eventually you got something too. I really don't remember. It's been so long.
I didn't like it. Did not enjoy it.
No. And I
I
remember,
was disappointed because of how much I adored the game.
Yep. And the first DLC was like amazing. It was an amazing DLC. It's still a great package.
I played through all of that and loved it.
But that one, and that was one I had people like from the studio say like, you couldn't beat it that quick. It's like, I played through it again. I beat it in like half an hour. It's really short once you know what to do.
I didn't enjoy it.
But yeah. Which is fine. Like a lot of games are shorter when you know what to do. But yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of anything specific beyond... the only one I could call out is Ninja Gaiden Black. There was a section where you had to go up a corkscrew of like a skeleton thing. And there were these archer enemies that, because of the dodgy camera in Ninja Gaiden, you couldn't see them. But they sure as fuck would see you. And you would be running, and this arrow would just knock you back as you were trying to make the jump. And it happened so often. I was just like, yeah. That's the only one that, like, outside of like Super Meat Boy or something, would come to mind.
Oh, Super Meat Boy. So many sides of frustration.
Yeah.
Like I put them in the review. Like that was what I tried to do different. I tried to add that little bit in the review, and I'm like, yes, it's fake, as in I'm saying it even though I'm not playing. But all those reactions were reactions I had while playing the game. Like I was just getting so fucking angry, but in a funny way. Like it was just pissing me off. I was ready to throw my controller. Oh, it's such a good game. But that's it.
Awesome game. That's it.
That's the end of the show. Ciao.
It's been a fun one. Lots of stuff to look positive and feel good about, and just games coming
There's so
everywhere,
many.
all over the place. So many great games.
So many games.
I got a review pretty early next week. It's already written and done. Don't comment on it, so it must be an amazing review. We're working on
No
2
video.
others. Huh? Oh yeah, no, I just finished writing it. I wrote it very late last night. When was I going to do a video?
Oh, okay.
I'm so
Reddit,
looking
it's
forward to Gunboat God.
Mate, I think you and Gunboat God, you're going to fucking love that game.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Like I'm looking forward to hopefully potentially getting the Xbox code for
Yeah,
that.
it should very well. I imagine it would be an ID at Xbox.
Yeah, you'd think so. Play anywhere though. Oh, fuck yeah.
The best thing right now, which I think a lot of people miss that don't use the platform, because you see it all the time. Like, why would you get anything on Xbox? Like, man, Play Anywhere is awesome if you have the two. Like, if you have those
If you
two
have
platforms.
both devices, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Did we miss a super chat? Did we miss TiberiusMonk?
Wow, Nick.
Sorry
we leave
if
those
we
to
did.
Nick.
We did. We
you
missed
piece of
TiberiusMonk
shit,
super
Nick.
chat. Let's finish on a high.
I did. I did go. I saw it. Went to say it, and you guys were talking too much, and I got distracted, and I couldn't
Sorry,
get a chance
Tiberius.
to read it out.
Oh, no one can hear Nick right now. Let me read this super chat from one TiberiusMonk who said, "Hello, John, Jesse, Nick.
I am a simple man. I desire great games with great experiences. A rising tide floats all boats. I don't care for the console wars, except Console Wars, the card game."
And
Care about.
now they can
I
hear
agree.
You. Now they can hear you again.
I also care about console wars. The card
Yeah,
game.
I actually did legitimately see that.
I did too.
Thing, but at the time, one of you two was talking. I can't remember which,
Yeah.
and then by the time, then we got distracted onto other topics, and then just I forgot about it.
Sorry, Tiberius. We love you.
Sorry.
Sorry,
about that.
everyone.
Nick hates
Sorry. Sorry.
It's obvious.
I do promise
Um,
that I did see it at the time, though.
If you're in the UK and you're near Birmingham and you're heading to the UK Games Expo, come check us out. We're in the big hall, the premium position hall, with a copy of
I
console
guess you
wars
could call
card.
it the PlayStation Hall. Hey.
Yeah.
It's not that expensive.
Yeah, it's not crazy. It's not like Gamescom.
$900 if I had waited to buy this. Thank you, Shiraz.
But yeah, we'll be back on Tuesday for more headlines and more reviews and all sorts of content next week.
So much.
Things are heating up. We're cooking. You can expect a review and a preview from me next week.
I got a review, and then the week after I got a couple reviews. It just never ends. We ever going to get back to doing that this week on DayOne thing?
Yes. In fact, like, I don't know if I can show it. Maybe I can show it. My lovely partner bought me this to help me keep things. Look, you see that there?
Or an
It's a little
organizer.
calendar. It's a little calendar on the wall, and I can. It's a whiteboard, and I can literally mark on the wall when things are happening, so that we can start sharing that on a Sunday.
That calendar that's just behind that shelf is a Balatro calendar sent to me by Woot.
Nice, good choice. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all your chats and your love and your attention and your fun times and conversation. And we miss you all, and we'll see you soon.
We will. Ciao for now.
Bye.